the president of CABI as well, and also a special toss representative from KWE. Venkat Raghavan is with us, Mr. Venkat Raghavan, and also General Secretary of CABI, Mr. David, is also alongside with us. So, Moxley, all ready. Raymond Moxley is ready for giving the captains the opportunity to go for the coin. Who's going to toss and who's going to call?
The top Sri Lanka finished higher on the table, so Sri Lanka will be the home team. They will toss and Bangladesh will call.
Sure. Let's go in for Sri Lanka with the coin and the special toss guest. So the calling will happen from Bangladesh. Yeah, it's the head and the tail. Yeah, right. Yes, sir.
Head.
Head is the call from Bangladesh. Tails it is. Right, Sri Lanka winning the toss. What would you like to do?
On the field best.
Okay, any reasons for fielding after winning the toss?
අපේ හම්බායන් හොඳ අපේ ප්ලේයර්ස්ලා ටිකක් ඉන්නවා බැට්මින්ටන් ඕඩරේ. ඒ හින්දා හම්බායන් ඉස්සෙල්ලාම සුදුසු කියලා මම ඩිසයිඩ් කරගත්තා.
Right, so that was Shingley, probably, if I'm not wrong. What did he actually mean?
He's saying we like to follow. That's we hope that won the toss. We also decide to field first.
Right, so that's what you've been doing all throughout the league, and you finished on top, right? What would you have done if you had won the toss?
We would have ball first as well. We want to like what is the score in this pitch and try to chase that. But we have to bat first, so we will try to score as many runs as we can and defend that.
Probably both the teams will be looking forward to play India in the finals. Any preparations for that, or is it too early to think about the semi-finals first?
It's too early.
I was just trying to make him nervous, but he's not. He's not. Right, that's the news from the center, where Sri Lanka have won the toss and they will bowl first. Super.
You're nailing it.
Thank you so much.
Great job.
Thanks, man. Cyber. Thank you, Cyber. Howda? Super.
Sir, here only, sir. Sir, here only. Yes, sir.
We have the first finalist. That's Team India, who's already made.
No, they're also on camera. One camera and these two cameras. 3. If you want handle, you can get handle, but it ends during stage. Then you give after 3 cameras. 1, 2, 3.
ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ
ಒಂದು ಮಿಡ್ ಶಾಟ್ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಪ್ಲೇಯರ್ಸ್ ಒಂದು ಮಿಡ್ ಶಾಟ್ ಕೊಡಕ್ಕಿರಿ ಒಂದು ಮಾತ್ರ ಆಪರೇಟ್ ಕೊಡಕ್ಕಿರಿ
ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಮೈಕ್ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲ ಗುಳ್ಳೆ ಮೈಕ್ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರು ಈ ಕಡೆ ಮೈಕ್ ಅವ್ರದ್ದು
ಪಿ ಎ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್
ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಇಂದ ಲೈನ್ ಔಟ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರಂತೆ
ಮೈಕಲ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಕೇಸಾಗುತ್ತೆ
ಮೈಕ್ ಪಿ ಎ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಇಂದ ಲೈನ್ ಔಟ್ ಹಾಂ ಸರ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಪಿ ಎ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಇಂದ ಟೇಕನ್ ಲೈನ್ ಔಟ್ ಸರ್
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We had a scintillating encounter between India and South Africa. A couple of questions will definitely be asked when the South African team will be on the flight. But nevertheless, they fought well till the very end and ensured that the Indians will have to earn wickets. It will not be gifted them away. So let's hear a round of applause for the South African team for playing gallantly till the very end. It's my pleasure to introduce the president. We have Shri Mohantesh JK, the president of CABI. Namaskara, Dr. Mohantesh. We have Shri Bhavani Prasad, the vice president of World Blind Cricket. Yoganand Kote, Nike, and of course, not to forget, Mr. Raymond Moxley has been spot on of World Blind Cricket. Welcome to Mr. Raymond. Yeah. Now I would like to call upon the skipper of the South African team to kindly over, Mr. Bhosle Bidla. Yes. Yeah, you're there. Yeah. First and foremost question, probably South African and Indian mind is, you won the toss and asked India to bat.
Oh yeah, we won the toss and I decided to field first. The reason behind, because we know our team, we know our strong point, which is its fielding. We started well, and then I think we lost concentration during the game, but we kept fighting up until the end.
Fought till the very end, that's pretty good. But when you come on to bat after being conceding 18 bonus runs also for bowling 3 overs short, what was the thinking in the mind?
You know, this is a World Cup and a T20, so it's either you do or die. So the instructions to the boys, it was clear. You just go there and try to do your best. You know, for me personally, my boys, they fought very well. And honestly, if I believe personally, if we had a third empire, we would be singing a different song. Yeah.
Umpire is one thing which probably in the commentary also we have said, but the CABI management under the able leadership of Dr. Mohantesh will think over on the third umpire aspect coming in. But all in all departments of the game, what is the lesson South Africa will take back home?
When it comes to the lesson, you know, firstly, these boys, man, they're ready. They're still young. They still have a future in blind cricket, and then we're having like a very talented squad, you know. So we'll keep our cool and make sure that our time will come. Trust me.
The very best and do well for the future. Thanks for talking to us. And now I would like to call upon the victorious Indian skipper, Shri Ajay Reddy. Yes, Reddy there, adjusting his goggles, wants to look smart on TV. Yeah, and why not? You deserve everything to look smart on TV.
Vande Mataram, thank you so much, each and everyone, especially entire team, Indian team. You know, today they played extremely well. Hard luck, South Africa. You also fought well.
Yeah, when a wicket fell in the very first over, you can always tell that there should have been a third neutral umpire. But forget that. What was running in the minds? 2 quick wickets fell. And did you think that you would cross 300?
No, initially our coach mentioned that, you know, I need 300 score. I said, you know, 320 my target. Even though if we lost the wickets, we have strong batting lineup. That's why I'm pretty confident about my batting lineup.
So 320 was your target and you got 18 bonus runs.
Yes, that is not in our hand, but at the end of the day, through bat, how much we score, we are happy with that.
No, you have scored 338, but at the end of the day, you need to pick up 10 wickets and ensure that the South Africans will not score runs. What was the strategy? You had a big score. You just went all out, and one good captaincy, what you did was you ensured that the B1 bowlers get their allotted 40% quota so that they'll be ready to go in the finals. That was good captaincy.
Yes, there's a thing. There is me and coach. We both discussed initially. You know, getting to the ground. We need at the same time, you know, attacking fielding. At the same time, before final, we need B1 bowling practice also for the final. That's why only we planned that. Finally, that is success.
Thank you very much. Congratulations and all the very best for the finals. And now, on to the man of the match award. Who's the man of the match? I'll ask the players and from both teams. Who should be the man of the match? No, not the Indian player. Who's the Indian player? Sunil, yes. It goes without saying. Kindly come over, Sunil. And he's a special man of the match because there are two special in this man of the match. He threw one direct hit which hit the stumps and dropped an easy catch. But still, at the end of the day, Sunil will be happy to note that the dropped catch did not prove to be costly, but he will learn a lesson. Sunil Ilbani, let's have a few words. Before having the few words, please collect the Man of the Match award from Mr. Yoganand. Sunil 194 there, and if he scores a double century, and probably he'll change the jersey also later on. A gift of 7,500 rupees. It's more than the amount. It's the recognition of what is very important. And here it is. Congratulations, Sunil. And I would request the guests to kindly come forward because our official photographer has to get the photos right. Yeah. So, Sunil, congratulations. You did the direct throw. Probably you got a little bit elated. And that's why you dropped an easy catch.
सर इजी कैच ड्रॉप इज सनलाइट इसलिए कैच ड्रॉप हो गया और हमारा टीम बहुत सपोर्ट किया मेरे
वो टीम बहुत सपोर्ट किया लेकिन 2 विकेट बहुत जल्दी गिर गया था तो वो 2 विकेट गिरने के बाद आपके ऊपर रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी था और बाद में अच्छा सपोर्ट मिला आपको बाद में आप थोड़ा आपका इनिंग्स मिक्सचर ऑफ कॉशन एंड एग्रेशन था कैसे प्लान किया आपने
नहीं सर मैं हमारा कोच एंड कैप्टन बोला था इजी से खेलो रिस्क मत लेना अभी ओवर बचा है आराम से खेलो और लास्ट में हिटिंग करो वही बोल
अच्छा साउथ अफ्रीकन टीम के बारे में क्या बोलते हैं उनका फील्डिंग आउटस्टैंडिंग था आउटस्टैंडिंग साउथ अफ्रीकन फील्डिंग इन द बिगिनिंग एंड द इंडियंस विल हैव टू लर्न अ लेसन और टू बिकॉज जब भारत फील्डिंग कर रहा था लॉट ऑफ ओवर थ्रोस हैपेंड द टारगेट वाज प्रीटी बिग बट देन उधर कुछ सीखने को है
यस सर फील्डिंग बहुत अच्छे से किया साउथ अफ्रीका और बैटिंग वजह से उन लोग थोड़ा लूज हो गए फील्डिंग
थैंक यू वेरी मच कंग्रेचुलेशंस एंजॉय द मोमेंट या Yeah, before we close the presentation, we would like to express our sincere thanks to BESCOM, which illuminates Karnataka and is one of the role model companies of the world. So let's give a round of applause for BESCOM. And also congratulations to India. Well played, South Africa. We would like to thank the presentation party, Dr. Mahantesh, Yoganand, and Mr. Moxley. Thank you very much. And we are all set for the next match to unfold in a few moments from now. And we give a memento to Mr. Yoganand. I would request Mr. Mahantesh and Moxley to give a memento to Mr. Yoganand. So Moxley will do the honors. Thank you very much, Mr. Yoganand. There's been a tremendous amount of support for blind cricket. So that's all we have from here. Thank you very much, and stay locked and watch DD Sports live. Sri Lanka versus Bangladesh. Who will face India? We'll know in the next 3.5 hours. Thank you very much.
ಕ್ಯಾಮ್ರಾ ಇರೋದು ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಕ್ಯಾಮ್ರಾ ಇಷ್ಟೇ ಇಟ್ಟಿರುತ್ತೆ ಇಷ್ಟೇ ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇಷ್ಟು ಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ
বল কি আর নাই
Good afternoon. Welcome back to Samprasiddhi Sports Stadium here in Bengaluru. It's close to a place called Yelahanka on the way to the international airport. You take a right turn there, come to Agrahara, and you reach this particular place. Very picturesque stadium you can see on the camera. A lot of greenery around, living up to the adage of Garden City, Bengaluru. And this is the second semi-final for the T20, third T20 World Cup for the final. And what happened in the toss? This is Sri Lanka versus Bangladesh. And Naveen was there with the captains and the officials for the toss. So what went on in the toss? Over to Naveen.
We have the first finalists. That's Team India, who's already made sure they have their name etched and registered in the finals. That's going to happen day after tomorrow in the third edition of this World Cup. And now we are all set to find out who's going to take on Team India in that final. Only one way to do. It's going in for that second semi-final as well. We've got all the dignitaries around, and the second semi-final will be played against Bangladesh and Sri Lanka. We've got Moxley, the match referee as well. We've got the umpires, Mr. Anand and Venkat around. And also, we have Dr. Mahantesh, the president of KABI as well. And also, special toss representative from KWE, Venkat Raghavan, is with us. Mr. Venkat Raghavan, and also General Secretary of KABI, Mr. David, is also alongside with us. So, Moxley all ready. Raymond Moxley is ready for giving the captains the opportunity to go for the coin. Who's going to toss and who's going to call?
The top Sri Lanka finished higher on the table, so Sri Lanka will be the home team. They will toss and Bangladesh will call.
Sure. Let's go in for Sri Lanka with the coin and the special toss guest. So the calling will happen from Bangladesh. Yeah, it's the head and the tail. Yeah, right. Yes, sir.
Head.
Head is the call from Bangladesh. Tails it is. Right, Sri Lanka winning the toss. What would you like to do?
On the field best.
Okay, any reasons for fielding after winning the toss?
අපේ හම්බායන් හොඳ අපේ ප්ලේයර්ස්ලා ටිකක් ඉන්නවා බැට්මින්ටන් ඕඩරේ. ඒ හින්දා හම්බායන් ඉස්සෙල්ලාම සුදුසු කියලා මම ඩිසයිඩ් කරගත්තා.
Right, so that was Shingli, probably, if I'm not wrong. What did he actually mean?
He's saying we like to follow. That's we hope that won the toss. We also decide to field first.
Right, so that's what you've been doing all throughout the league, and you finished on top, right? What would you have done if you had won the toss?
We would have ball first as well. We want to like what is the score in this pitch and try to chase that. But we have to bat first, so we will try to score as many runs as we can and defend that.
Probably both the teams will be looking forward to play India in the finals. Any preparations for that, or is it too early to think about the semi-finals first?
It's too early.
I was just trying to make him nervous, but he's not. He's not. Right, that's the news from the center, where Sri Lanka have won the toss and they will bowl first.
So that's the news. Sri Lanka has won the toss and has elected to bowl. And as per the rules now, it is 17 over a side game. And before the start of the match, as is customary to have the national anthem of both the countries. So let's go over to the national anthem.
আমি কি দেখেছি মধু আমি তোমায় ভালোবাসি কি শোভা কি ছায়া গো কি স্নেহ কি মায়া গো কি আঁচল বিছায়েছ বটের মূলে নদী কূলে কূলে মাতর মুখের বাণী আমার কানে লাগে সুধার মতো মরি হায় হায় রে মাতর মুখের বাণী আমার কানে লাগে সুধার মতো মাতর বদর খানি মলিন হলে আমি নয়ন ওমা আমি নয়ন জলে ভাসি সোনার বাংলা আমি তোমায় ভালোবাসি
And after the Bangladesh national anthem, we'll have the national anthem of Sri Lanka.
Anthem of Sri Lanka. Thank you. And all the very best. And this match.
So that was the national anthem of Sri Lanka. And now the stage is set for the match to unfold as the players will get back to their respective positions. For the information of those who might have just tuned in, Sri Lanka won the toss and they have elected to field. And in the commentary box, this is Shankar Prakash along with my fellow commentator Naveen Shauri. And of course, not to forget the sincere, efficient, dedicated crew of Doordarshan. welcoming you back to the second semi-final to decide which team will meet India in the finals at the Chinnaswamy Stadium day after tomorrow. That is 17th of December 2022. Navin Shori, hope you enjoyed your lunch.
Yes, Shankar, good afternoon. And it was a very, very good vegetarian lunch. It was nice to have it around as Rahman is there along with Rabi. And also Tangachaya, Islam, Rahman, Hassan. Again, yes, Islam, Abdullah comes in as Rashid and Salman there. And also M.A. Hussain is that lineup for Bangladesh. And remember, the skipper was very, very confident. And it was Ashik there who was the skipper. He said, we are looking at one match at a time. We will not think about India yet. And thinking about India will not give us an extra cushion. We will have to think first Sri Lanka and then India. So he's very clear in his mind. And the captain of Sri Lanka, Damit, also Sandarwana, just told very clearly that it's really important for us to just put up a good fight. It's going to be Sri Lanka versus Bangladesh. As Sri Lanka comes on as Kumara, Mohanraj, Osman, Lakshan, Tushara, Madhuvanta, Vasanta, Kasapriya and Samprata and the skipper down there.
Looks like a strong batting lineup for Sri Lanka. And remember, out of the 17 overs, 7 overs will have to be bowled by B1. And they will look to capitalize on that particular aspect, the Bangladeshi batsmen. All in all, it will be an interesting tussle to decide which team will take on India. But it's been a total one-sided affair. Spectators have come here in large numbers, considering the distance from the main city. And we are pretty sure more than 10 times the spectators who have come in today will congregate at the Chinnaswamy Stadium. It's a much bigger place, closer to the city, and also a lot of interest has already been generated in the social media towards the final. So Sri Lankan fielders there having the final discussion prior to attacking the Bangladeshi batsmen. So all in all, 17-over match, interesting to see.
Will be. And also 5 overs of power play. And a 17-over game will also mean that none of the bowlers will be bowling 4 overs in their spell. They will be bowling 3-3-2-2. That is what will happen. So that will be the going forward decision as Venkat, the straight-in umpire, conveyed that to us. Really nice to be here around in this proud part of the world. Yeah, Thani Sandra, quite a little from that Chinnaswamy distance. Get that greenery around, so probably just come a little farther away from the concrete. And yes, all the way around, places like Yalahanka, Hebal, Nagavara, HBR layout, it's all that surrounding this place. It's Bangladesh, given the war cry. Ashik, the captain, walks in along with his partner. Yeah, that is how they want to begin, is Ashik, and Sukhel walks in with the skipper.
The Bangladeshi batsman would like to go in for a quick start, and understanding that 3 overs are shot. And jersey number 15 on your screen, Mohammad Salman. So he'll have to be a Salman Khan for Bangladesh. They need to play superstar cricket in order to give Bangladesh a rousing start.
Absolutely. Salman is already there alongside with his skipper. They were also very clear in saying, okay, even if we had won the toss, we would have also chased. Is Mohammad Ashik Rahman, the skipper, the captain for Bangladesh.
And B2, remember, so the Bangladeshi team have a positive frame of mind. So it's the combination of Rahman and Aslam. Salman, to beg your pardon, will have to do the job for Bangladesh. On the other hand, the Sri Lankan bowler, on your screen now, D. Madhavanta, a B2 bowler for Sri Lanka, all set to be ready. And great work by the Doordarshan personnel, Ravi, who's been feeding us with a lot of statistical information, and he'll also give some feedback to Cabby, whether if a B1 bowler gets a wicket, should it be 2 wickets?
He should. Ravi is the right person to do that. And this is the umpire giving and saying play. That's the first ball of the second semi-finals. Who will meet India day after tomorrow will be at the end of this match. Off the mark, straight away, guides it. Slight bit of a fumble to start off. Off and up and away or Bangladesh.
The intent clearly seen there, the body language of Bangladesh, because as Naveen said, that they also wanted to field, so which means they would like to put up a sizable total to take the match away from the opposition. Good thinking to start, but how long can they hold on to this? Time will tell.
Ashik, the captain, gets it away off the mark for the first ball itself. A nice bit of a field placement. Shankar there, shot third and shot fine inside. So in the power play, which is just 5 overs and a curtailed game of 17, because this is a late start, you just have a deep square leg behind and a deep third man. Now that is regular bowling, and now it's stuck on the pads. No, says the umpire. It was in line. And also look at that intent, how well he runs to his start of the run-up. Is Madhavanta. Is trying to keep up that intensity. It's so important.
Trying for the second run. They won't get it, as a smart piece of backup there, ensuring that only a single is taken. So Bangladesh have their task cut out. They need to look for boundaries and sixes, particularly in the power play. The power play score will probably guide, with wickets intact, of the final score, which they would arrive at the end of 17 and throw a challenge at Sri Lanka.
Yeah, Dinesh Madhavanta. He's blown to his field. Shot fine. Half stop, but there is protection, as I said. It's that deep square leg. He's bowling to his field. Very well done in the opening 5 deliveries. He knows he's sticking to his plans. Only Ruwan, who's there at deep third man, and there is a deep square leg. So those are the 2 men back outside the 30-yard circle for the first 30 deliveries of this game. Salman got 1 delivery to go in the first one. He also tries that same area. He favors that, gets it. Decent start. 5 on the board for Bangladesh after 1 in the second semi-finals.
Smart piece of bowling by Madhavanta. Did not give anything away. The fact is that with the fielding restrictions in the first 5 overs of the power play, in the 17-over truncated encounter, you need to be economical. If you can't pick up wickets, try to be economical. But at the same time, you need to ensure that the opposition will not get over your bowling and hit the boundaries at will. It'll be interesting how the Sri Lankan captain will think about using his B1 bowlers. That'll be interesting.
Yeah, they should. As Suman Tasara comes on. Number 11 on the jersey. And Salman and Ashik. Both the opening batters for Bangladesh. They have that intent to attack every single bowler. And they've not played a wrong shot yet. There we go. Again. Completely in control, but still Sri Lankan bowlers, as always, sticking to the plan, bowling to the right field.
Credit must not be taken away from the Sri Lankan bowlers in operation so far. They are ensuring that the ball doesn't go in the gap. It's going straight to the fielder. And again, struck well, but equally well fielded.
Someone, Tusara, he's got everything that the captain has provided him to keep it under wraps. Reverse, tries it, does not get a good connection, but still there's a misfield. Oh, that's a poor one. That's a first boundary for Bangladesh. It should have been stopped.
That's what happens if you keep your wickets intact, cool and calm for the first 10 balls or so. The fielders are bound to make mistakes, and one mistake has already happened. So Bangladesh will take it. 11 for no loss, and they need to get some momentum now. They've got the initial hiccups over, but the momentum is what is required when you bat first.
Oh, wide down the leg side again. Has he got some connection out of it? No, it's 5 wides. Oh, that's poor bowling. When the first over just 1 for 5, is just wasted away in that one delivery. Keeper had a very, very tough time behind. David will not be happy, the skipper.
It's been a good over so far for Bangladesh. 16 without loss, and a little bit of minor adjustments in the field for the bowler before he delivers. So the Salman Rahman combination getting off to a cautious start, but now they are changing gears. Another boundary, third of the over.
Quickly changing gears, and rightly so. Ashik loves it. Salman has that fist pump very strong. And outside edge, a thickish one on that occasion, running away towards the point boundary there. He did not intend to hit in that direction. He wanted to go over covers, but then the outside edge taking it towards point. Well earned one, 20 already on the board.
Salman, the batsman to be in, being a B3, has to continue as far as possible, as long as possible, consume maximum number of overs. Seems to be in good touch. The ball ballooning in the air, going towards the squarish third man region. Only a single will result.
Again, outside edge, Salman. He's again trying to hit the ball too hard, and the bowler is not giving him pace. That's been his batting style, but still, he's got Ashik Rahman, the captain. Gets it. No, doesn't get it through. Shot backward square. Stops it and keeps it down to 1.
B1, B2 or B3, there's no shot of commitment here. As the second over comes to an end, at the end of 2 overs, Bangladesh scoring at 11 runs per over. They were able to get into this run rate, particularly in this over, with 2 boundaries from the bat and 5 in the form of wides. So 22 without loss after 2 overs, Bangladesh.
If you're wondering why it's a curtailed game, just because bad light might set in. Because this game started late, remember, in the first semi-finals. It's a little bit of a run over time on that occasion because South Africa was putting up a good fight. It's still going down fighting against India. It's a late start. This match is supposed to be starting at 2. It started at 2:30. That's why I'm calculating in the half an hour space, 3 overs being reduced. Now, once again, it's that bowler who comes back, who's been really tidy in his first. Stopped. Well stopped. That shot fine. And also the keeper, very, very alive and agile to the occasion. That's really nice. As Priyant Kumar, the keeper, runs in and saves. As Dinesh Madhavanta will be happy with the fielding efforts.
The run will go into the quota, or rather the score of Mr. Extras. There you see, more than 100% commitment.
And that's what you need. All right, that's a beautiful line to bowl. And I love what Dinesh does. Why does he run back to the top of his run-up? He's got that intensity. Save your energies. I think that is what keeps him going.
Probably by running like that, he gets his energy. Dinesh Madhavanta. And has got a good action. Goes lot of paces, a quick longish run up. Comes and utilizes the pace with which he ran. Has been pretty good so far in restricting the Bangla batsman.
what's good is also that he does not give a lot of room, Shankar, because he makes the batters work and pick him instead of giving any freebies. Yeah, very longish run-up comparatively to any bowlers we've seen in this morning. Dinesh Madhavanta. A nice little rhythm as well as in the popping crease. He gets it across. Again, bowling to his field. I've never seen a single delivery go haywire from him. That's good talent.
And also being B2 has helped him to send those deliveries accurately. It's been another good over for Sri Lanka. Barring the second over, Madhavanta Dinesh has ensured that Sri Lanka stay in the hunt, not conceding any boundaries at all.
Now, once again, good line and good length. And speaking of length, I'll tell you what that center line means in the middle of the pitch. It's the line, like imagine if you're playing a TT game. That's a table tennis game. And imagine that has to be a net. And if you are a server, you will have to serve like this. Yes, one pitch behind the line and then another one towards the opponent as the batter. A couple more runs, chance at the keeper's end. No! Throw should have been a little more powerful. You could have asked questions. After 328 for no loss, so that's how it is. That's how you'll have to gauge if you're watching this for the very first time and a fresh one. If the ball passes that white line right in the center of the pitch, then that'll be judged as a no ball. And also remember, that no ball does not get a free hit. Only the overstepping does, as in the regular format as well.
28 for no loss. Cautious start by Bangladesh after being sent into bat by Sri Lanka. They have the task cut out. Thusara will continue from the other end. Was pretty expensive, and in order not to dent his confidence, the captain persisting with him. Good thinking on his part, because he can always decide whether this will be another expensive over and what he should do in future for Thusara.
In the air, is there a chance? No! That shot third. Probably would have wanted a fielder to a little move and then put in the dive. Bit wider, bit wider. But also for Damit, the captain of Sri Lanka, who will he bring on from the other end next one? Oh, it's a huge appeal, hitting outside. No, hitting outside the line of the stumps. So who will he bring on the next over? Because Dinesh Madhavanta is bowled 2. So one bowler can bowl only 3 overs. That's in the spell of a 17-over game. That's a reverse. Has he found the gap? Yes, he has. That'll run away. Again, some pressure being put on Thusara by Salman and Ashik.
So they're targeting the bowler here, Thusara, who's wavering in line and length, not sticking onto the field, bowling to the field, and that's given that extra width for the batsman to take the reverse mode. And again, this time on the towards the mid-wicket region. The ball well stopped inches before the boundary line. Good bit of fielding in the deep by Madhavanta, Dinesh Madhavanta, after completing 2 overs, and fielding being a B2 at the deep is no mean task. It's pretty tough.
Oh, what a talent. Dinesh Madhavanta. It would have been a boundary even on the normal circumstances. Again, is fielding at that deep square leg. Saved 3 runs for his team, puts in the dive and then recovers to the return as well.
Chandan was his fielder on the previous occasion and not giving anything away. So it's been a better over for Thusara. Over comes to an end. Bangladesh now will have to find out a way out. And will the 5th over be targeted so that they'll get a good, healthy power play score at the end of 4 overs? Bangladesh, after being sent into bat at 35 without loss.
Thusara giving away 24 runs in the 2 overs. That is what Bangladesh will really love. And that was my question. Oh, he's bowling. He is bowling out Suman Thusara. Is it? No, it's been changed on. Suranga Samanta comes on. Yeah, 22 and triple two. Yes, creating that confusion. Dinesh Madhavanta on 22. Triple two by Suranga. It's a good call. They are having 1 over of Dinesh back.
Suranga Sampatra will have to dig a Suranga, as they say in Kannada. It is a little bit of a extra way to pierce in and get a wicket. Will he be able to do that? The first bowling change. But the Bangladesh batsmen also have played well, have fared well. They have not got into any sort of bad position to score runs. They have not scored at the pace what they wanted, but nevertheless have ensured that no wickets are lost in the first 4 overs or so. And in the next 5 balls, they need to take the aggressive route.
All right, left armour bowling in from around, trying to attack the right-hand batters, keeping it away. Yeah, you mentioned it right, because Ashik and Salman, especially against Tusara, haven't taken any undue risk, unwanted risks. All right, that was in the air. That was the first wrong shot. Shot mid-wicket. Let's put it down. And Ashik, the captain of Bangladesh, gets a breather.
Bangladesh batsmen need more of those, but Bangladesh would do well to ensure that they need to keep the wickets. And that was the half chance given, ball ballooning in the air, falling short of the fielder there at short mid-wicket. But at the end of it, the skipper survives.
Yeah, the skipper survives because it was the skipper there at short mid-wicket. Oh, skipper lets the counterpart get away. Probably he dived in a little bit early. That's what the mistake was. 555 there. He's still struggling with that finger at deep mid-wicket.
Suranga Sampata, the bowler. Normally we get carried away because it must be Sampatra and we might be telling it wrong. It's not. Sampata is what his name is, and there it is. They have found a way out, found some gap and get an extra run.
Yeah, the mid-on fielder, Tarinda Laxman, not picking the ball, just going the opposite direction from where the delivery was heading to. Sampata coming in and bowling in the power play. The last over of the power play might have been a little pressure situation, but he's fared well. Until that delivery, oh, I spoke soon. Down the leg side, fired it away, and then Salman gets the boundary. Good bit of a power play for Bangladesh after 5:43 for no loss.
That was the blemish which they were waiting for in 1 over. So after 5 balls, one bad delivery, ensuring that Bangladesh are back on track, scoring it around slightly above 8 runs per over. The power play is gone, 43 without loss, and the good thing for Bangladesh is both their openers are still there in the middle, and they would like to probably build on this little partnership which they have built. 43 for no loss. And both the batsmen are now trying to build an innings on this. They should, because they have all seized the initiative. The initial blues are over. And now they have to consolidate from now on and get a good score for Bangladesh.
Yeah, Salman taking the lead role. That 43, 23 for him. And captain really applauding and congratulating every single effort that's been put in by Salman. Right now, a B1 bowler comes into the attack for the first time from Sri Lanka. Mohan Raj, that is. Fires it down the leg side. He'll have to re-bowl that one again. Probably trying to bowl a bit quicker. Losing direction. Yeah, his intent was nice. It was all set and ready. But just tried to bowl it too wide. Yeah, that's the indication. He's been mentioned there, saying that, yeah, you bowled it too wide. Mohan Raj. Again. Action. Peculiar, but hits the boots. Hits the boots of Salman on that occasion. And speak of peculiar actions, Sri Lanka also, like South Africa, got different actions coming across. Malinga, Muralidharan, now Mohan Raj, just watch him. He just gets ready. He lines himself up. Yeah, that's the first intent that is going to release the ball. And then I think he plays with the psychology a little and gauges where to fire the ball in. How good all the other senses become active, isn't it?
Yeah, at the same time, you must also ensure that a no ball is not sent. That's another key thing which a B1 bowler will have to watch out for. Whatever instructions you might receive from your teammates, finally it has to be delivered. So you might have good coaches, you might have a good team management, but then you'll have to deliver it on the field. But this time, falters again. But fortunately, one wide is not counted as half.
Yeah, we will come back to that discussion. B1 bowler, oh, it's hit hard. Down the ground and a boundary once again. Salman is doing it like the way you called it, Shankar. He is the real Salman Khan, turning it around for Bangladesh.
The Dabang shot, one can straight away call it. And Tiger zinda hai, Bangladesh Tiger.
Yes, and also Tiger will make his return back next year as well. There's a big release coming up. And that Tiger franchisee will continue. And then similarly for Bangladesh. Oh, that's another poor delivery, fired down the leg side.
What the Bangladeshi batsmen were not able to do in the first 5 overs, the 6th over after the power play is doing it for them from a B1 bowler. And remember, 7 overs will have to be sent down by them, which is a little bit difficult proposition which the Sri Lankan captain will have to deal with.
Again, not getting his direction right, Mohan Raj. I think there is that pressure of semi-finals and too many people telling him too many things. Now that also can be a little bit of an issue as Suranga Samatha comes in and directs Mohan Raj for the better direction. Again on the pads, still just survives with just one.
Smart piece of fielding in the deep. And the fielding histrionics on the field will always pep up the other fielders on the field. That's what Sri Lanka will have to aim for. In case the bowler is not bowling well, the fielders will have to regroup and keep the motivation intact. But this time again, falling short and crossing over to the boundary. He went for the catch on that occasion, Dinesh Madhavanta. But unfortunately for him, neither he could take the catch nor save 3 runs.
It was a good idea on that occasion. Top edges it. Dinesh Madhavanta believed in himself for the catch, but no, falling short. I should have just stayed back, didn't gauge the ball when it was in the air. Very good fielder, Dinesh Madhavanta. Lets that one go. That's much better. That's much better. Come closer to the gate. No, why? When you have come closer to the stumps, why go back? I think that is what is not right in Mohan Raj's delivery stride, where the ball has been fired down the leg side more often. A very costly over for Sri Lanka comes to an end. Finally, after 6, it's 60 for no loss. They were not there. 10 runs per over. They were not there when the 5th over was being ended.
Around 8 runs has gone up to 10 runs an over. So they have got the momentum which they wanted. And still they'll get some opportunities now. But the redeeming feature here is that the Bangladesh team have not lost a wicket in the first 6 overs. As both the openers, Salman and Rahman, doing it for Bangladesh. 60 without loss after 6. 10 runs per over.
Absolutely. Oh, no, right. I think it's gone with Dinesh Madhavanta. Probably he will finish up his overs. He had to. Because the opening pair has put up 60 on the board already. And there is no partnership breakage still. So Damit, the captain of Sri Lanka, trusting his premium bowler to come back and probably bring in the breakthrough. Because he's still bowling from the same end. That's the end that he started from, the pavilion end. That's what he's been doing. So this is just desperation from Damit.
On the hindsight, it is aggressive captaincy also, one can say, but whether it works or not, we'll have to wait and see. Because Madhavanta seems to be tired. He needed a break. Definitely needed a break. But then, with the pressure mounting on the Sri Lankan captain after having won the toss and deciding to bowl, not taking any wickets in the first 6 overs, the opposition scoring at 10 runs per over, you need a wicket, and that's the reason he went to the bowler who bowled well in the power play.
And also the captain of Bangladesh immediately attacking him was Ashik. The reverse came out. It was a short third in position. That's it. Nobody behind. Got the right of him. Now goes the orthodox way. Does not get a wide. Looks at Venkat, the umpire.
Mohammad Ashik Rahman, the batsman, B2, jersey number 27, and a good comeback by Madhavanta Dinesh. Swept hard, finds the gap, but it will not go to the boundary as B2 or B3 fielders are guarding the deep, so you need to hit in the gaps if you have to beat them. Otherwise, you will have to remain content with only a single.
Yeah, also, if you've just trying to get into the quick look at things and also trying to get into the groove, the reason why there is a category for B1, B2 and B3 is all on the vision power of the specially talented people around. If it's B1, it's complete blindness, near to complete blindness, and then if it's B2, then there is partial, and B3 almost on the right side of it. So that's why now in the air, who's getting under it? No one. Nobody gets under because it was just swept very fine on the top edge, taking the ball even finer. No ball being signaled. We'll have to check if it's going to be a free hit. No, it's not. The next one is not a free hit. It's a no ball for pitching outside that center line on the pitch. Yeah, the ball was pitching near the batter.
So even if the fielder had taken the catch, he would have been not out. But one extra delivery blocks it well. Only a single will result. It's a good comeback after conceding a boundary by Dinesh Madhavanta. But the feature is that he would complete his allotted quota of 3 overs, which doesn't make good reading, and the Sri Lankans themselves will have to be blamed for ensuring that the quota is completed and sweeping it hard. A dot ball to end the over. Before you say that, it's a wide because it was pitched wide outside the off stump, and probably the support staff here in Doordarshan commentary box were all alert. How come a wide delivery is being said as a genuine one? So in a bright sunny afternoon, this will keep us on tenterhooks.
Yeah, tenterhooks, the man, Ravi. He's got a special protection under the sun as well. If we can pan towards him, that'd be really nice. He's got some special protection. Still 10 runs per over continues. 7 overs gone, 71 for no loss.
And in a short way, you can always call him the James Bond Ravi of our commentary box. With good intention, not with any other ulterior motives, because he can only play with the figures now on the television screen and give us the right score, because that's pretty important. More than the commentary, it's the scores which the live and exclusive broadcast on DD Sports, the viewers would be interested in the score first. And if you look at the scores, Bangladesh are doing well, scoring at around 10 runs per over. They've got the start what they wanted, got the ideal launch pad to go in for the kill.
Absolutely. Yeah, just keeping things in an entertaining way as Kumara B1 comes on. He's a B1 bowler. Fires it down the leg side. You'll have to re-bowl that again. And not the right way to start when both the Bangladesh openers They've done so well. Sahan Kumara. Sahan also is a nice name. Say in Kannada, Sahane. That's what you need now in bowling. Means patience.
Loads of patience will work, but at this juncture, the Sri Lankan captain is losing his patience because the B1 bowlers will also have to contribute in terms of not conceding many extra runs. You need to stick to your line and length and ensure that the no balls and extras are reduced to bare minimum.
All right, that placement was phenomenal. Fielding even better in the deep square leg. Stopped a certain boundary there. Saman Tusara once again was taken to the beatings when he was bowling, and then in the field he contributes along with Chandan Dasapriya. And this is a good start by Sahan Kumar.
He couldn't see the batsman, but nevertheless could read the mind of the batsman. So he ensured that the ball came later after the shot was played, and the result a dot ball. Good bowling there by Sahan Kumar.
Again on the pads. Right. This is good. Better over from the Sri Lankan side. After that, Mohan Raj over was very expensive. He's also got a similar way of delivering the deliveries like Mohan Raj as Sahan Kumar. But he's got more good direction. Mohan Raj, a shot mid-wicket. It is back up. As Suranga gets it across, but cannot stop the batters from stealing a 2-run there. Ashik and Salman, partnership 75 already. What are they hinting at? Projected says 165. I'm not sure if they'll be really satisfied with that. Makes room and also finds the boundary that covers. Small error in the field there and allowing 4 runs. The short cover fielder should have stopped it.
So, by virtue of the boundary of the last ball, the Bangladeshi pair have ensured that the run rate is maintained of 10 runs per over. 1 run just short of that. But nevertheless, what looked like a good over, the final delivery making it a good one for the Bangladesh team. So that's what they have been looking for. At 10 runs per over, they'll touch 200.
Yeah, that's the fielding lapse. A little fielding error there at short covers, allowing the boundary to be scored by Salman. He's batting on 36 of 25 deliveries. This opening pair has got Bangladesh to a blazing start. Now Suranga comes on. Where will they find that first breakthrough? It's a big question now for Sri Lanka. Generally, Bangladesh every time are known to spring up surprises, especially in the knockout stages. And Sri Lanka do not want to be surprised in this, because the winner of this will go through to meet India in the finals day after.
Strikes it hard. No need to run for that. Good start for the over. A boundary to start. And now Bangladesh team, in all probability, they will not worry about losing a wicket at this juncture.
Oh, never. It looks as if he's made up his mind, Ashik. He tries now to get past Salman in a flash in this over. Bit of a width being provided, and he clobbers it over covers. You could hear that bat sound. And also, yes, the ball also has that bells inside for our players to gauge where the ball is actually going in. Ashik wants that to be a wide. No, Ashik, there's an indication mark down on the onside for the umpires to give it to you that. Dot ball, 2 dot balls after the boundary. Good comeback.
Missing the line of the ball completely. Fortunately for the batsman, the ball was not onto the stumps. It was probably where the 4th stump would have been. A lucky escape for the batsman. Bangladesh team have done well so far. And a 10-run over. They need to pick it up to around 12, where in 200 will be easy. And again, the attempt was good,
but that was not enough. Another boundary.
Totally. Because of the brute hitting force of Ashik there, Shankar. Look at the way he timed that ball to perfection. He made some room, came inside the line of the ball and then put it in between a short backward square and deep square leg. Good placement, very, very good placement. Now, we say B1, B2, B3 batters and every categories that we speak of, how well they'll have to remember the field placements as well. Even if you're a B2 or a B3, that's very hard. Just try and close one eye and look at the field. There, that's been hit once again in the gap. Look at the way he's piercing the field, Ashik.
It's been a great over for Bangladesh, and now the run rate is restored. Maybe just saw the ball pretty early there. And no problems bisecting the gap on the onside and beyond the reach of any fielder. Another boundary for Bangladesh. And now they've got the initial momentum, what they've got, and the combination of Rahman and Salman doing it for them. Will that be enough is the question in the long run, but at this juncture, they are on their way.
Totally. Reverse comes in the air. But just a single down to a deep point. That's the end of the ninth. 92 for no loss. And there's an indication for the drinks break. And let me tell you something, Shankar, if even you would have noticed the same thing. Bangladesh dugout was the noisiest. We saw Indian team scores more than 300. We did not get that sort of a sound. Look at this team for Bangladesh making so much sound here in the dugout.
That's probably because the work of the dugout was being done by the spectators, and more sound was generated by the spectators who had assembled in large numbers to support the home team. But for Bangladesh, they'll have to do it for themselves. But nevertheless, in India, whoever plays good cricket, they are appreciated irrespective of which team you belong.
Totally, totally. And also coming into terms with Cabby and Samarthanam. So much so for putting up such a talent to world stage. Yes, we spoke about what is the strategies, what's the rules and regulations, how it all started and all those little things that might happen in any setup. But remember, these are special talented people and logistics will be a big important factor. Salman is on 36, captain. Ashik Rahman is on 41, scoring well in tandem. Just speak about logistics and the health. I really don't want to go back to that world which was there just a year ago, as the bowling has been done fairly okay. None of them still getting a breakthrough as Dinesh Madhavanta is bowled out. So Shankar, you might have spoken to Dr. Mahantesh GK in the terms where the whole world was suffering from that Wuhan virus. I don't even want to name that virus. So what was going in their mind? Because it becomes even more challenging for our people around, isn't it? Because even we, as normal people, were facing hell. And our specially talented people would have faced double the challenge.
But Samarthanam ensured that the specially abled population never suffered. They were on par with what the normal citizens went through, so that they were never out of place.
Yeah, that's really nice for Samarthanam. It's really nice to have the much needed preparations during the world was suffering. That's really good of Samarthanam Cabby. Now Khalid Osman comes in. He is a B1 as well. Khalid Osman, slow delivery outside the off stump, room provided, and that's his open invitation for Ashik to blast it away, but still deep third man, just single.
Barring the wide and no ball deliveries of a B1 bowler, the B1 bowlers have done well for Sri Lanka. It's the B2 and B3 bowlers who have conceded runs in the form of boundaries. Usman, good start for him. Nice position to deliver. Circumspect, concentrating hard to ensure that it doesn't go for a wide.
Oh, right. Thankfully, there is no extra run when a B1 bowler is bowling. That's nice. And I'll have to re-bowl that again. Look at that. That's completely dedicated eyes. Completely ready. Salman lets that one go again. Khalid Osman not getting his direction right.
Gets a bit of help from behind the stumps from the wicket-keeper, Priyant Kumara. And we were talking about some of the decimals, which is not seen in cricket. But then here, when a B1 bowler bowls, if one wide, if it's taken as 0.5, we can see his decimal scores.
Oh yes, that's also an opportunity. Just trying to get his line right. Now Khalid Osman. And this has been the problem from all the B1 bowlers. So that's a strategy that they're lacking now, Shankar. I think Damint should understand that stop bowling B1 bowlers until you at least get that first breakthrough. I know there is that rule of 40% that has to be bowled out. Yeah, agreed. But at least wait for that first breakthrough because B1 bowlers are struggling.
Or make one wide as 0.5.
Yeah, that depends on Bond Ravi. We'll have to see if the scorer gets it. No, that's way too wide. Wanting to chase that, but Salman says, no. I was just having a little bit of fun in that.
But it's a good point to be noted here because even we have seen throughout the 3 editions of the T20 World Cup for the blind, it's been the B1 bowlers' wide deliveries have contributed immensely to the extras. So I think the management can think of making a wide delivery as 0.5.
Sure. And also just allow, as that a half run there, width provided. Fielding effort was good, execution bad. Runs through towards the boundary line at deep point. Also, yes, it's taking that discussion a little more further ahead. It'll be really nice as Bangladesh has reached his 100. Look at that. Even now, there is discussion from Ashik and asking Salman to carry in the same fashion and giving his inputs. Also, I really feel, Shankar, this 40% overs that's been agreed on, maybe to make it more competitive, I think that has to be reduced a little to, say, 30%. Only then, probably this can be getting more competitive, isn't it?
But at the same time, if it reduced to 30%, the mix of the team can alter. So in which case, the very idea of getting B1, B2, B3 together may falter if you reduce that than 40%. So more than that, you can have a special type of scoring wherein nowhere, if somebody sees the score 220.5, then he'll wonder, what is this? And then he'll dig deep and understand blind cricket.
Oh, yes. Oh, very much. Again, finds the gap. And it'll be another boundary. Good effort. Really good effort from Deshapriya. But does not come across in time. That was hit very, very hard. Chandan Dasapriya. Lets that one go.
Run rate slowly going up from the 10 marker to 10.2, 10.3. And another 7 overs will have to be bowled after this. And the Bangladesh batsmen will definitely go for over-aggression since they have 10 wickets in hand. And there you can see the glimpses of aggression.
Oh, that was so close. That was very close in breaking the partnership. Chandan Dasapriya probably getting that extra bit of a light. Yeah, that's what he's indicating at. That is what he's indicating at, Chandan Dasapriya. Probably extra bit of light getting in his eyelashes. Oh, there. Couldn't gauge the ball.
And that's what Sunil Ramesh told me in the morning during the presentation, that the sun glare made him to drop a sitter, and there was no other reason.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a 50 up for Ashik Rahman, the captain, and he continues continues to dominate. Once again, another boundary to end the over. Bangladesh are running away. 7 overs to go. Still 10 wickets in the kitty, 114 on the board already.
11.4 overs, 11.4 runs per over. The run rate when it started was around 7, then it went up to 9, then 10, and now it's gone up to 11.4. And all 10 wickets in hand, 42 legal deliveries to be bowled. So the Bangladesh openers have laid a strong platform, has laid a very strong platform for a very big total here. 114 for no loss. The second semi-final, the winner of this semi-final will go on to play India at the M. Chinnaswamy Stadium day after tomorrow. But the way Bangladesh team have played, the opening partnership probably has they taken the game away from Sri Lanka.
Yeah, probably. And Mohan Raj comes back under pressure. Now, I fail to understand somehow why is the Sri Lankan skipper persisting with B1 bowlers when the batters are in this devastating mood.
You need to complete the allotted quota, and probably instead of bowling them at the death, wants to finish it off quickly so that B2 or B3 bowlers will bowl at the death. Takes the aerial route. One bounce to the boundary. No need to run for that. Another boundary.
Now, if you ask, nothing wrong with the delivery at all. It is all the brutal hitting of Salman. It was pitched well in line of the stumps. There, makes some room, gets under the ball and goes aerial. Couple of bounces into the boundary ropes. But long off, nobody down there. Still, there's so much pressure. What a opening pair this is. Hope Ajay's and Venki's and Prakash's, everybody watching this. Right, it's almost looking, as of now, looks like Bangladesh, India in the finals, as of now.
Too early to say that, because even if Sri Lankans keep losing wickets, if they have the run rate on their side, anything can happen. The combination of B2, B3 and also one good B1 batter can be the difference. But nevertheless, at the moment, Bangladesh on top.
Yeah, totally on top. That was what is hinting at, and also you haven't seen that sort of a sting from the Sri Lankan bowlers, Shankar, because there's not even a single run-out chance. There's not even a single, yeah, there was a drop chance. Couple of them at least. One very tough, extra bit of light. No ball, and it's not going to be a free hit, is it? The next one, no, that's because it's pitching outside the straight center mark on the pitch. That's why.
Definitely wide. The umpire will not have any problem in calling it a wide. And that's what the B1 bowlers have bowled well in patches, but that's not enough. You need to be pretty circumspect, get your aims right, and at least ensure even if the ball hits the bat, it's okay. There are fielders in the deep who can stop the boundaries. But if you keep bowling wides and giving sufficient amount of width when it's not a wide delivery, that's the problem. Bowl wicket to wicket, try to bowl as much closer to the possible to the 3 stumps.
Now we're saying all that because Bangladesh needs to come back into this and also defend that total as well. Oh, doesn't time it as well as he wanted to. Going very hard at the ball, and also, yes, one way of stopping this runs is don't give pace to the ball. Probably just stick to that. Mohan Raj, yes, on that occasion, did that. And also keeping the batters down to only 1. Now Ashik. Again, wrong line. Oh, escapes. Mohan Raj escapes with that wide. Lucky. It was way outside that white mark. Anyways, 123 on the board after 11.
Scoring at around 11 plus runs per over. Another 6 overs to go. And 123 for no loss. Ashik Rahman has got to his half century, but Salman will be waiting. Mohammad Salman to get into that half century border. The calculated risk taken by these two batsmen, ensuring that Bangladesh are in the driver's seat here in this encounter, the second semi-final, a 17-over semi-final being played here at the Samprasiddhi Sports Stadium.
Right, much needed comeback. Can they do this? Sahan Kumar, no, gives width, and that's blasted away towards deep extra cover. Salman reaches his half century as well. That's a very, very well earned 50 out of 32 deliveries. Wow, what a opening pair this has been. 127 on the board. I'm sure India is at least watching them.
They'll keep track. They'll keep track of this particular encounter. But then it's the mix of players of B1, B2, B3 and the talent which they possess would go a long way. It's not just enough if a B2 player plays well, if a B3 player plays well. It's also important that the B1, as per the rules, will also have to contribute to the success of the team. And when you're asked to bowl, you need to restrict as much as possible to the extra deliveries which you send in the form of wides and no balls. The Sri Lankans have tried hard, but have not been successful. And that's another reason for that.
Totally, totally. Now, foundation has been set. That's the first 6 of the Bangladesh innings. Ashik, the skipper, gets it. Got under the ball. And again, struggling are the B1 bowlers from Sri Lanka. There you go, gets under the ball. Even though there was deep mid-wicket, it went over his head. And handsomely enough, Chandan Dasapriya couldn't do much about it.
Going in for a mighty heave. Missing the line of the ball completely. Fortunately for Sri Lanka, had the ball touched his bat, even if a top edge would have ensured at least a couple of runs. But fortunately for Sri Lanka, it didn't happen. 2 more balls to go in this over. Bangladesh have done their work. 134 for no loss. They will probably try to raise it up to around 12 runs an over and get to close to 220, 240.
Right, that's a good stop. Very, very good stop. Right in the middle of the bat. And Chandan Dasapriya at deep mid-wicket stops that well in time. Saved 3 runs for his team. But the problem is they need to break this partnership. Where will that happen from? You haven't had a single run-out confusion. Down the ground, make no mistake, and save your legs. That's it. Another boundary, another costly over. After 12, 139 for no loss on the board.
So scoring at around 11, if they can raise it to 12, they're almost close to 12 runs and over. 11.5 runs will also ensure them close to 200. Because it's a 17-over game, so anything above 180 will be as good as more than 200 in a 20-over game. So that's what precisely they will look forward for. Another 70 runs from now on, or either 60 runs at least, will get them to 199, which is almost 220, 230 of a 20-over game.
Oh, don't even calculate on the lines of the projected score. The projected score is just telling us 197, Shankar. That's it. I don't think so. That's what it will be from here on in. They really want to cross 200. And in 17 overs, that's a big, big score.
But at the same time, if the Sri Lankans can pick up a couple of wickets, particularly of the 2 openers, the equation will change. But nevertheless, Bangladesh are going to end up with a fighting total, which Sri Lankans will be finding it difficult to finish. And so another B1 bowler will be in the operation. Another good over for Bangladesh to capitalize. Will they be able to do it? Or will the B1 bowler get the better of the opposition? Is an interesting prospect of this over.
Just a single down to deep square leg. Mohan Raj will feel that, okay, that's a good beginning. Given the context of the game, probably a single is a good beginning for an over for Sri Lanka. But Salman and Ashik, they have run away with this. And deciding to bowl first. No ball! Right. With the extras tally. That's not what you want.
Even if it were to be a legal delivery, it would have been called wide. So it was a combo of no ball and wide on that occasion. So one extra ball to be delivered doesn't make good reading. We'll just tell you the number of extras, what has been given away in this particular innings of Bangladesh. .142 for no loss. So this over, just 2 balls have been bowled so far.
Yes, we will get that data across soon. 143, 22 extras. That's a big one.
Yeah, another good thing about scoring in blind cricket is that don't count about the extras because there are B1 players. So we take a lot of time to count extras and it will play on the mind of the B1 bowler. So don't count the extras, just take it to the score.
Totally, totally. Oh, he's hurt. Right, now that's a bit unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. I think the ball just bouncing off the turf there. It's a keeper who's gone down. Priyant Kumara. There, that's what happened. Oh, right. It's not the ball. He's just brushed his grill onto the left shoulder of Salman. That's what has happened. And suddenly, I think it's also brushed the eyelashes because that grill is very close to the... Oh, there. It is very close towards the eye, the left shoulder of Salman. The grill, I think, is brushed the eyelid maybe of Priyant Kumara. Yeah, now he's just sitting up. He's sitting up. That's not looking good. He says that, okay, I'm on my feet. Oh, concussion maybe. He's got a concussion, for sure, yes. He's just holding his head. He's not looking good in shape.
Well, he'll have to do the batting aspect of it. So that way, the Sri Lankan maybe one batter short. So he's walking back. Looks like he will be off the field. And good for that. And maybe if Sri Lanka wins, will we be ready for the final? Only time will tell. But the situation there doesn't look good for Sri Lanka.
Oh, that's really unfortunate. Yeah, the wicket-keeper batter, yeah, he can also come back to bat because it's a B3, remember? So it's a B3 batter. Priyant Kumara needs to go back. That's not looking nice. That's not looking nice. Probably he's got some concussion. That's what it should be because there is no scratch on the eyelids as of now. But yeah, so that impact of the left shoulder of Salman taking him away, and Ruwan Vasanta now will be the keeper. He takes the responsibility, Ruwan Vasanta.
But if he's not able to bat, one B3 player, loss of one B3 player means 1 wicket down. And we have seen the damage a B3 player can do when he comes on to bat. So that way, it's still a slightly disadvantaged phenomenon for Sri Lanka after the onslaught of the Bangladesh openers. Rahman and Salman doing it in style for Bangladesh and looking to score close to 200 in the allotted 17 overs at more than 12 runs and over. So it's pretty important from the Sri Lankan perspective that the wicketkeeper batsman becomes okay and be ready to bat if required.
That bit of a small stoppage. Now, is that a lapse in concentration for Salman and Ashik? They've been running from left to right of the square, trying to stay focused. Can this be somewhere for the Sri Lankan bowlers to come back into this game? Mohan Raj will target Salman.
Now what Salman and Rahman have done is that no B1 batsman will be there, and even if they follow the rules, then there's another extra run. That's what happens. When you take the fight into the rivals' camp, put pressure on the opposition, extra runs will flow. And even if the boundaries are missing, these extra runs will contribute to the kitty. And Bangladesh now are sitting pretty.
Very much, no doubt. And also, yes, you mentioned that where there won't be a B1 batter batting in for Bangladesh because it's a 17-over game, and then again it's already the 13th over. So somewhere the opening pair has taken off that pressure of all the B1 batters. Mohan Raj again fires it down outside the off stump. Still just a single, luckily.
The Sri Lankan fielders won't mind conceding the ones. But at this juncture, what they require is not just one wicket, but a couple of them at least. And particularly these two openers who have been there right from the word go, right from the beginning, will have to be dismissed if Sri Lanka can do something better in this encounter. But the signs doesn't seem to say that, and the no ball results.
Yeah, Mohan Raj has struggled today. He struggled with those extra wide deliveries when the direction is not right, and then when the pitching is not right. He's also costed that no ball to him. Very slow, misses it out, Ashik. Completely misses it out. He will be just kicking himself because he's done that error. End of the over, 147 for no loss.
That's what happens in a plate. If you give a single type of sweet, you will not have a chance to select. But when a plate is offered with 5 different type of sweets, by the time you choose, the sweet plate would have gone away.
Many people just trying to keep themselves healthy, Shankar, and you mentioned about sweets. And they'll be saying, why do you remind me of that? It's snack time already. I will want some hot jalebis on my plate.
Well, if Samarthanam or Cabby minds, they can give you jalebis, champakalis and Bengali sweet. And now Bangladesh playing, a Bengali sweet will be the right thing. Because it's been Bangladesh innings throughout. Bangladesh day in this match so far.
Yeah, totally. And this is Mishti Ke Dhoi and Roshagulla for Ashik and Salman's batting. It's that sort of exhibition that we've got. Wide-ish slip. You can even call him a shortish third as well. Now, what has he got in the kitty now? Is Sahan Kumar. Slow in the pace, doesn't get the speed from the bowler. Almost that bat landing behind the head of Salman shows what intention he had. He wants a change of bat. He wants a change of bat. Probably want a heavier one.
Trying to get a little bit of helicopter onto that on the occasion. Was not successful, but nevertheless was able to middle the ball well. Bangladesh now 148 for no loss. Must be eyeing the 200 mark. Another 50 runs away and 4.5 overs to be bowled. With these two batsmen at the crease, they have all chances to do that. And again, goes over the ropes. The umpire will have no problems in declaring it a massive 6. So another good hit by the batsman.
Totally. And now there is some time for Salman to change a bat as Ashik got under that ball over deep backward square leg. And again, Dinesh, once again, a very good fielder down there. Cannot do anything about it, Dinesh Madhavanta. Now that's why I was telling you, is it the right strategy? To bowl Dinesh Madhavanta in the air, chance, and grabs it! Very well taken from Dasapriya. That's what you want. Chandan Dasapriya comes across at Cow's Corner country and grabs it. Again, under the sun, goes out. Ashik, the captain, has been dismissed for 70.
Learning from the mistake, Deshapriya on the occasion. The earlier time when the ball came to him, complained that the sun was hitting his eyes, but this time ensured that the sun doesn't come in the way of taking this catch. He had to cover a lot of ground. He had to run a little bit to his left, and then judging the catch to the nicety was an important thing. The ball ballooning in the air, wasn't there for a long, long time. A well-judged catch in the end by Deshapriya.
Yeah, still struggles with the extra bit of light onto the ice. Yeah, Chandan Deshapriya does it well at the end of it. Finally, Sri Lanka get a breakthrough. It's 154 for one rather. Now you have a B1 batter. Yeah, because the circle has to be rotated is what they always maintain in the batting order. So imagine now Ashi gone and a B1 batter comes in. It is Arif Ullah.
They'll take some risk with Arifullah. They don't mind even if Arifullah gets out at this juncture, because now they've got the momentum, they've got the foundation, but at the nick of time, the Sri Lankans have broken through. Of the two, they need to pick up the wicket of the other opener so that there will be the one B1 batsman. B1 batter will have to be there in the middle. That's what the Sri Lankans will have to ensure and get the wicket of Salman. Strikes it hard.
Yeah, totally. Arifullah is coming as a runner there. Now that's 2. So that's 4 runs because that's come out of a B1 batter. Abid Hassan Rabi. Abid Hassan off the mark very quickly. Jersey number 69. He's the batter.
But this extra run will not matter much because a B3 or a B2 batter at the juncture will be more dangerous than a B1 batter at the crease. So the Sri Lankans won't mind that. And even if a B1 batter doesn't get dismissed, they need to pick up wicket of a B3 or a B2 batter, which is Salman.
Totally. And also what I mean when I say rotate the circle is because when a B2 and a B3 batter open the innings, and you will have to send in a B1 when there is a dismissal, and that's what happened. As Mohammad Salman was B3, and Captain Ashik Rahman was B2. Now it is Hassan Rabi who's come in. Salman with a heavier bat. Hit straight and gone. Yeah, it's been adjudged. That's a brilliant bit of fielding. Always, Shankar, we have seen this. Huge partnership. One brings 2. When you bring in 1 wicket, the other one falls. And the heavy bat also does not work. This time, once again, Suranga hitting it straight to the stumps.
Have the Sri Lankans made a comeback? Looks like, because they have dismissed both the openers who were going great guns, and somewhere down the line, Salman probably wanted the strike, and that's the reason. But the direct hit from the left-hander looks so good when the throw comes in right onto the stumps. And Suranga, the man instrumental in dismissing the batsman.
Yeah, it was hit very straight at mid-on. Suranga capturing it and probably had all 3 stumps to aim at. Yes, and the aim was spot on to send him back. And also remember, somewhere Suranga, Samantha is a B3 fielder there. So yeah, he comes into bowl as well. Right, 2-2. Suranga Samantha comes in after inflicting that run out. Much needed now for Sri Lanka to hold on to this momentum. Keep Bangladesh under 200. It's already the 14th over. And Hossain comes in, B3 batter now. So Salman's dismissal is gone for 61, has brought in another B3.
The 2 wickets have ensured that the scoring pattern is reduced. A quick run taken. There was a stumping opportunity there. And had they taken this stumping chance, then definitely Sri Lanka would be back in the game.
Yeah, surely. Because it was Ruwan Vasanta on that occasion, the keeper. And Ruwan Vasanta is making that attempt. Did not hit the stumps direct. Now, Abid Hassan comes back, B1 batter. So remember, there'll be block and run. Yes, 2 runs on the board. Well, that's more than enough. Swing and a miss. And a dot ball, more importantly. That's all Sri Lanka wants.
Two new batsmen at the crease. Will have to pull up the socks quickly. They don't have much time to relax. Arifullah, the B3 batsman, will have to garner the strike. More good attempt there. Smart backup. And there was a possibility of another run out, an overthrow there. A good running this time. 3 runs they have taken. Had it been a B1 batter, it would have been a 6. But fortunately for Sri Lanka, it is a B3 batter, Arifullah.
Now comes in Ahmed Rabi, the B1. Mohammad Arif is there at the non-striking end. Runs in quickly, another 2 runs added on the board. That's all Abid Hassan has to do, is block and run. And Arifullah will bring on Mohammad Arif back on strike.
Smart batting there by Abid Hassan Rabi, the B1 batsman. And Rabi will have to give maximum strike to Arifullah.
.169, is it? No, misses out. 168 on the board still after the 15th over. Yeah, 168 for 2. So 2 more overs, probably keeping them down under 200.
Yes, 2 overs, they score. If they score at 15 runs an over, they will inch towards the 200 mark, which is what is required to take a stranglehold on this encounter. But good comeback by Sri Lanka after picking up the openers. They have restricted the Bangladeshi batsman. Now it's the duty of Arifullah in particular, the B3 batsman, will have to take maximum strike in the next 12 balls or so.
Should be. Right, what do they have? Who's bowling the penultimate over? How much do you want Dinesh Madhavanta to be around? Probably miscalculating this one. Totally, Damit. And now to bowl the penultimate is Saman Tushara, who's coming. Can he keep it down? Now the closing fielder should understand. It's just going to be this one, block and run. And again, a 2 more run added on the board. It's B1, Abid Hassan Rabi. He's done well, he's done really well. And there's not even a single wasted delivery from Abid Hassan. What a number 3 to be there after the start as a B1.
Strikes it hard. They will have to take the second run quickly. And if they do it in style, a run hard, run, throw comes in, but he's home. Somewhere down the line, there was a bit of a hesitation on the part of the batsman Arifullah whether to go in for the second run, but then realizing the importance of the situation, took the risk and completed it quite successfully.
Yes, oh yes. Oh, the
appeal. And fortunately for the batsman, no damage done.
Yeah, no damage, and also this intention of putting Mohammad Arif back on strike by Arifullah. All right, it's stopped it and gone. Very well done. He has dismissed a B3 batter. That's good fielding of his own bowling.
Well, the Bangladesh team won't mind that, because now a B2 batsman can come and then the B1 cycle will happen. But if a B2 batsman comes now, the next 6 balls will be pretty crucial. So they had to take that risk, and it was a good calculated risk taken. If he gets dismissed, no problem. On the contrary, if the Sri Lankans had not dismissed, there would have been a B1 batsman till the very end.
Totally. And just if you could hear something in the background on air, it's Sri Lankan Yohani singer from Manike Mahehite. The world was being taken by a sensational move from her. And that's how Sri Lankans want to celebrate that B2 Yeah, as you rightly mentioned, Shankar, yes, the cycle will not happen for the B1. Now, I think it should only be Ahmed Hassan Rabi now. They're holding fort. And he's done well. He's done really well. He scored 10 of 5 deliveries. Now make that 12 of 6 deliveries. 200 strike rate.
So 16 overs bowled as 177 for 3. But 200 was definitely on the cards. The Sri Lankan bowlers have done well to ensure that that may not happen, because if it has to happen, then it has to be the biggest over of the innings. 23 runs required.
Yeah, we haven't seen a 23-run over. Again, if you can really have sharp ears, that's Yohani's song, Manike Mahehite, in the background. That's a Sri Lankan famous super duper hit song, which was even, you know, what I should say, I should not be saying copied, I should be saying altered in Hindi as well, with Thank God movie, Nora Fatehi and Siddharth Malhotra burning up the screen as well. Right, now who's going to burn the last over down? Is it going to be Bangladesh or Sri Lanka? They've done really well to keep Bangladesh under 200. The last over will be bowled by Suranga Samanta. A nice bowler.
Suranga Samanta, the direct hit ensured the gates were open for Sri Lanka, and they were able to dismiss the 2 openers, and which brought the run rate down. Starts off with a single of the first ball. 1 run they won't mind in the final over.
Done well, done really well. Yeah, as Ahmed Hassan Rabi has taken 1 single in the last over's first ball. So that's 2 runs, and now he's back on strike again after a single. So that's really important now for the close-in fielders not to allow a single, because that's going to cost them 2 runs. No problem whatsoever running between the wickets. They know that's going to be an overthrow as well. No, they won't. They won't take chance. 2 on the board again.
That was the right decision to take at that occasion, because you need a B2 batsman or a B3 batsman to take to garner the strike. Finding a bit of a problem there. Abid Hassan Rabi sits on the crease. So the idea of reducing 3 overs has been negated to a certain extent. First, there was the close to a concussion incident happening, and now a batsman unable to stand.
Yeah, Shahidullah Islam has come in to join Abid Hassan Rabi. And yeah, he walks off. He walks off right in time. So that's 182 on the board. There. That's the B1. Ahmed Hassan Rabi, B1. Remember, if he scores, it's going to be 2 runs per a single. Now. That was very close. Again misses out on that occasion. Ruwan, the stand-in keeper. Yeah, and Shahidul Islam gets that single across. Again puts a B1 batter on strike. This is turning out to be good. The start was phenomenal. Now the finish also in the hands of Abid Hassan Rabi.
Arifullah, the man who was dismissed, helping him with the runner. Will he pick up a couple of runs? Smart touch. Just a single, and we'll get 2 runs for that. And now we have 1 more delivery to go. The Sri Lankans have done well. They've come back pretty strongly and have ensured at least 15 runs short for Bangladesh in the position what they were. They were easily on their way to cross 200 in the 17 overs. But now, at least, depending on the number of runs being scored of the final ball, We'll have to wait and see how many runs shot.
Gets it off from the middle of the bat. Nobody back there. Will it run away? No. Good bit of footwork. Nice bit of a football display as well by the captain. Damit does well. Runs 3. So that is 188 on the board. So Sri Lanka will need 189 to meet India in the finals day after. That's a good pullback that Sri Lanka has done, because when the moment Salman and Ashik were going, all guns blazing, 100-run partnership, they were all set for a score well above 200. But that's a real good pullback by Sri Lanka.
Even then, 189 to score will not be an easy task for the Sri Lankans. If Bangladesh can pick up a couple of wickets in the first 6 overs or so, the Sri Lankan batsmen have the task cut out. They need to score at a rapid pace of close to 10 runs and over, more than 10 runs, because 17 overs and 188 is almost 11 runs and over.
Yeah, that is the confirmation that's coming in. 189 on the board. They need is the Sri Lankans. As we will take a small little breather, and we will come back exactly after 10 minutes with the Sri Lankan chase.
Background jing chaka jing ಅಂತ ಹಾಕಿ music package.
Walangu manike vella patava sunangu kame kata karma kella hita vella nupe ruwata billa netin netta katama alla mage hitat naha matama mella kella vella mage hita patu venna wata tava tika kittu mata
Welcome back. That's what the Bangladeshi batters put up. It was a very strong opening partnership by Captain Rahman and his subordinate there, Salman, doing really well. 61 for him, 70 for the captain. And then B1 batter, Rabi came across, Abid Hassan Rabi. He scored 20 of 9 deliveries. So he just taps and runs, and very well run as well by Arif, who had come in as a runner for Abid Hassan Rabi. So that is what they have put up on the board. And also in 17 overs, if you really want to make a mark in the finals, 189 is what Sri Lanka need. And 189 against the bowling attack. So that'll be interesting. We've seen what Bangladesh will give us with the bat, but with the ball, what are they having in store is a big, big question. I'm Navin Shauri. Alongside with me is Shankar Prakash. Shankar, for the Indian side to take up as a big challenge day after tomorrow in the finals of the third T20 World Cup for the specially talented people around, they will have to understand that the opening pair of Bangladesh is really good with the bat. And then the bowlers of the Indian team will have to have a separate plan towards them.
But the form with which the Indian team have played today, it doesn't seem to be perturbed with whichever team comes to the final. That's the type of form which they are in. But one bad day can alter the result. On paper, as well as in form, in talent, everything, India seems to be the firm favourites to lift the World Cup. But then, on that particular day, a little slice of luck going against you can turn the tables on. But on paper, as well as in the cricketing sense, the Indian team seems to be a much better team in comparison to the other teams.
Yeah, totally agreed, totally agreed. This Bangladesh side makes a lot of noise. They're all set to defend 188 on the board. Sri Lanka will have to start well. They'll have to start making inroads in that first 5 overs. If not, this Bangladesh team will not allow a comeback for Sri Lanka with the bat as they did with the ball. It's really interesting to see. I was watching when they were practicing. They were all hard throwdowns. Probably the wicket keeper there, Resvi Hassan, number 21. Resvi Hassan was taking a lot of throwdowns to get him. He's a B2 fielder, remember. Resvi Hassan says, go, I can find my place. They enjoy their cricket, they enjoy their life as well. That's nice. It's really nice. And when nature is sort of cheated on you, don't get bogged down. Just watch what life can give you apart from just cribbing along of what you don't have. So much to learn, so much to learn. And today, for me, is such a big learning. One, for the team efforts, supporting each other. Two, being happy with what you have. How many of us think about that, isn't it, Shankar? How many of us can say that, yes, I'm satisfied in my life with whatever I am having? Yes, see, I know the hunger to achieve more, to do well. Yes, that's nice, that's good. But seeing the way the life goes in, being very selfish, being very, as a person who wants everything under the sun, under his control sometimes, everybody feels the same. But look at these lads. They're enjoying life. And we saw what Resvi Hassan did. He came in with his friends and he just said, go, stand there, find your way, I will find mine. With a bit of laughter as well. Yeah, he's the most talkative. He's a talkative kid in the house. Resvi Hassan, as all keepers are.
The body language of Bangladesh is saying it all. They are brimming with supreme confidence. And why not? Because all they need is to pick up a couple of wickets in the first 6 overs and then maintain the momentum and ensure that Sri Lanka are out of the tournament. It's easier said than done. The bowler is Mohammad Salman. After doing his duty with the bat, now coming on to bowl.
Starts the bowling also. All right. Just a bit of a held up there. As Amid wanted there. Some assistance to where he is standing. Abid, yeah, Salman goes in. And gives the marker to Abid, yeah, there. That's what Abid wanted. Yeah, helps him. This is teamwork. This is team coordination, team building activity, whatever you want to call it. All right, now it's a restart. Now for Salman. He'll have to load it up again against the left-hander. Suranga Sampath. And also the captain on the other side. Suranga gets a wide one. Sri Lanka are off the mark, but not with the bat.
A good combination of opening batsmen for Sri Lanka. The skipper, Danit, is at the non-striker end.
Suranga gets bat on ball. Beats Ashik, the captain, but still manages just a single at deep backward square leg.
Mohammad Arif Hussain backing up well, restricting the score to just a single. So the initial momentum, the boundaries and sixes in the first 6 overs, if they are dried up, the Sri Lankan batsmen are bound to commit mistakes and give the wickets away. And that's what probably the Bangladeshi captain and the think tank will be thinking of, starting off on an economical way and try to pick up a couple of wickets in the first 6.
Should be. Sri Lanka, on the other hand, should get a good start. As Damit, even though he's a B3 batter, he's assisted. Right. Now. Damit is there as the runner. Damit is the runner. And then on strike is Ruwan Vasanta, the stand-in keeper who was there. He's a B2 batter anyways. So gets bat on ball. Times it to perfection. Has it been in the field? No, it's pierced the field very well. And a couple of runs. Picks the gap at deep mid-wicket and backward square leg. Beautifully well for a couple of runs.
The Sri Lankans seem to believe in themselves. And the target doesn't seem to deter them. But at the same time, Salman, after contributing immensely with the bat, has faltered right from the word go. Has given away extras in the beginning. And being a B3, it's not pardonable.
Definitely not. As Ruwan, once again, does find the gap. No, says the call. Very good call. Really good call, because that's a good saving effort from Mahmood Rashid. Mahmood there at deep backward square leg again in the thick of the business. Zarif finds his place across, and Mohammad Arif now at fine leg. Ashik at short backward square. Was exactly there at short fine. Another single. Cautious, but yes, intentional. That's what the Sri Lankans have begun their innings as.
The skipper has come in as a runner, and we'll have to wait and see when he will come on strike. But the Sri Lankans, just like Bangladesh team, need a good start.
Oh, that's a good one. Reverse, and yes, it cuts back. That's a real good hit from Ruwan, stand-in stumper batter. Judged the line of the ball, turned it across, and then what's that? Because every time when the ball is cutting in, it's spinning back towards you, and Mohammad Arif, wanting to go towards the ball, made an error. A small little silly error. Fielding judgmental error, I should put it across as. Didn't wait for the ball to cut back towards him. Ran around the ball. Oh, guides it. This time Mohammad Arif will not get there. The ball teases him. towards that deep third man position for another boundary, as Taznil did not gauge the size of, rather the side of the ball, because what's that? Shankar was actually going towards his right, he went towards his left. Oh, Tanzil, sometimes it might happen. Your ears can fool you sometimes. And Mohammad Arif, on a couple of occasions, has given away 2 boundaries. 15 on the board. Sri Lanka on the track for the big chase.
That's because Mohammad Salman didn't bowl well in the first over. The last 2 balls conceded boundaries. Otherwise, it was pretty healthy until the 4th delivery. But the 5th and 6th ensured that Sri Lankans are back on track. Mohammad Rashid, a B3 bowler. It's a good choice from the Bangladeshi captain, because there's a possibility that the Sri Lankans might not want in the beginning, but the Bangladesh team will look for wickets.
Definitely. Mahmood comes in. Mahmood Rashid, who was so good at that deep square leg position. He's fielded every single delivery that's come to him like rocket. Now, make it count is what they will ask. It's a good start in the first over. Not a good start by Bangladesh with the ball. So yes, we were speaking about India watching the batting of Bangladesh. They'll be happy watching the bowling attack, at least in the first over, because it's a strong, strong Indian batting lineup who will probably be licking their fingers and saying, oh, come on. Right, we've got this. Mahmood also gives a little bit of a room. Good stop in the deep by Salman. And as Rezvi Hassan comes it across, stops it as a keeper. Suranga now. As a start, if you really want to go back in the first over, couple of boundaries were well earned. It was piercing the field and then placing into right directions. Again, good placement, again, 1 bounce boundary, over, shot backward square, and Arif cannot do anything about it. And Ashik will just say, okay, it's a good delivery, just carry on. Suranga turning it around.
Just away in the test match between India and Bangladesh, 102 for 8 was the Bangladesh score. But thereafter, for the 9th wicket, they have put on 31 runs. So that's been a little bit of final onslaught, which has been lacking sting in the Indian bowling. Not just in normal, but here also in the morning also we saw the Indians struggling after picking 8 wickets and to pick up the final 2 wickets.
No, I was just thinking, it's just the white ball cricket where the death bowling suffers. You give us this info and say, even the red ball cricket is suffering with the death overs. What is happening? Where are those days where it was the Zahir Khans and Nehras and Bumrahs cracking at your boots?
Being a Kannadi guy, you forgot Srinaths and Venkatesh Prasads. But nevertheless, the amount of duty what they have rendered for the nation has been pretty good. And of course, not to forget the guile of Anil Kumble. Done immense service to the country. So once you pick up, it's understandable that the top order batsman do not give you wickets. But when you pick up 6-7 wickets at will, picking up the last 2-3 shouldn't be a problem on a regular basis. Once in a while it does happen, you get some records written to the history books, but that should not become a regular feature.
Oh yes, and it's a regular feature in giving boundaries, and Sri Lanka is featuring it regularly in scoring them, as Suranga once again. Now where is he jumped up to? He's jumped up to more than 18, I'm sure. 26 on the board. Yeah, Suranga 17. 26 for no loss after 2. Yes, how can we really go ahead and forget our seniors, super seniors even I should call them. Venki Anna, Javgul, Kumble Anna, everybody having been under that KCA banner every single time, day in and day out. Watch them, inspirational. And but even in those times, Shankar, you will probably agree to this, where when Javgul, Venki, everybody bowled, I think all the batters around the world were, or rather the teams, were having top 6, top 7 as regular batters. And after that, probably you call them as tailenders. But now there is no term called tailenders at all. they're called as lower order batters. So probably the modern age bowlers feeling a little more challenged than Kumble's and the Srinaths. But yes, they have done really good service for the country and still doing.
Not a regular argument which I would agree. We'll discuss this after this ball. Because today, as you've seen like that, the batsmen were also bowling, which doesn't happen today. And somewhere down the line, they were backup bowlers. When you're slightly off color, one of the batsmen would come in and fill in for a couple of overs, and then the main bowlers would get back the sting and remove the batsman. So that used to be the earlier cases. But today, earlier, though there were 6 to 7 batters, some of them used to bowl. But today, that doesn't happen.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, even we are lacking that sort of mixture where a batter can bowl 4 overs. That is what is even lacking now. And that's why there's so much load on Hardik Pandya's shoulders, Shardul Thakur's shoulders. Yes. Right, anyways, here coming back to this one, the second semi-finals. Ashik is coming to attack the Bangladeshi skipper. He's bowled a couple of deliveries, couple of them also no ball because he's not pitching it. The first pitch has to happen towards the bowler end and then the second one towards the batter. He's not done that on a couple of occasions, 2 no balls.
The Bangladeshi dugout seemed to be quiet now after the 2 overs because 29 runs have been taken and no wicket has removed. The ball in the air, but lands in no man's land.
Yeah, also Abid Hassan Rabi there, yes. It's Arafat. Arafat, number 17. Arafatullah Islam is a B1 fielder. Just probably sensing the ball will come to him. He just falls flat on the ground and the ball goes and stops on his body. That is again complete psychological stop of the delivery. And Ashik, right, Shankar, Ashik and Salman, both of them were villains to Sri Lanka when they were with the bat. Now with the ball, India will be relaxing and putting their legs up on the table and saying, okay, right, we have our plans.
That's what in modern day serials happen. The villain becomes the hero after 120 episodes and the hero becomes the villain after 240 episodes. So there's a repetition of that here.
Very much. And now if Bangladesh makes it to the finals, and I say if, because Sri Lanka has got off to a good start and they are on course to chase down this 189. If Bangladesh makes it, it's going to be India probably comparatively in a relaxable mode. Yes, you will probably have to bat out your skin. A huge appeal by Ashik. No ball because of the pitching. That is what has been indicated. Ashik cannot believe it. It was a reverse that was being tried by Ruwan. It hit him hard on the knees. But then, because of the pitching, yeah, Ashik now understands. Yeah, watch where it pitches, where it lands first. Oh, yeah, there. One on the bowler side, the other did not pitch in front of the batters. It just directly landed on the legs of Ruhan. Oh, what a strong call by the umpire. Has to be said. Spot on, as I keep saying this. Imagine yourself playing a table tennis server if you're a bowler. If you're watching this special cricket around, you should imagine as a server who's serving to your opponent on a TT board. There has to be one pitch in your court and the other in the opposition's court, and then it reaches the opponent. That is what bowling is in blind cricket. That's what you need to do. Ashik on that occasion landed directly on Ruwan's legs. Now that's a legal delivery. Oh, what an effort! What a fabulous effort! Half stops that delivery there at short mid-wicket. The batters will take only a single. Good diving effort there.
Trying to make amends for the blemishes in this first over. But nevertheless, the Sri Lankans have done well. They are taking the fight into the rivals' camp, not losing any wicket, and a healthy scoring pattern. That's what is happening for Sri Lanka. A spirited reply were there, indeed, as both the openers are trying to get the better of the bowling, and they have been able to do that. Barring one occasion, which was a no ball, that was an anxious moment because the call of the no ball came in a little late. Barring that particular incident, Sri Lanka are in no sort of trouble.
Yeah, totally. Ruan and Suranga, they have put up a partnership of 35, and that's come in no time. Just in the third over, in the power play, they're scoring at 13.13 at a rate now. In front of square, he should have just waited for the ball. There's no pace whatsoever that has been offered by Ashik. He should have just waited and swiveled even more across towards behind square instead of front of it, because there is nobody here, and behind square exactly is where the commentary box is. Suranga doesn't even get a single on that occasion. Again, plays it too early. Again in front of square, and Sajid will not allow a single. So couple of deliveries from the Bangladeshi skipper for the dot ball after 3:36 for no loss. Shankar, you fancy Sri Lanka or Bangladesh? One word answer.
At the looks of it, it can be any team. So that's the one word answer, 50-50.
I take that. Any team also is one word, yes. All right. And that's experience for you guys. That's experience. You cannot corner him around at all. And with Shankar, it's always fun. You get to know so many things. Now Sri Lanka are getting to know so many things. They were thinking that Ashik and Salman will win the match with the bat for them, but still with the ball. Not that lethal. They're not that stinging enough. No venom whatsoever as Arif comes into the attack. Arifullah.
Arifullah will have to pick up a wicket quickly in order to ensure that his team stay in contention, and that's precisely the Bangladeshi captain has done, to attack with the formidable forces what they have straight away onto the attack, because at the back of the mind, the Bangladeshi team management know fully well they need to pick up wickets quickly in order to stay in the hunt and win this semi-final encounter against Sri Lanka. So Sri Lanka, good start, 12 runs an over. That's what they require in the beginning, and then they can always raise it later.
Yeah, that is what Arif Ullah will trying to do, but no. Fires down the leg side. Single easily conceded. And Ruhan, he's also got a little bit of issue in his ankles as well, Ruhan. Being a B2 batter, that's the reason he's been helped with a runner as well. And credits to Damit, captain, who's run, I think, 37 runs, and out of which Ruhan has scored 11. He's run all for Ruhan. Oh, that was a mistake. That was a misjudgment. I was just telling how good they have been running between the wickets. Now Suranga does not get back in time. He stretched himself. He's stretched that hamstring. Bangladesh get a breakthrough. Suranga is struggling, just limping around.
There you can watch, there was a single in it, but the speed with which the single was taken, the throw came on the right end, and a little bit of hesitation and probably cramps while running. So that's what we were talking about. A slice of luck is always required in T20 cricket, particularly because if it's an off day for you, the opposition will roll you over, and that's what precisely happened. Got into trouble while running and had to be carried now after his dismissal. It's not a good scene indeed.
Yeah, totally not. This pulling up, total cramps. It is cramps because he was stretching in that occasion. But Arifullah, wow. Give some sort of credit for him as well, because he collected the throw and also hit the stumps on direct from halfway mark, halfway from the stumps, halfway from the wicket. He's done that. All right, now, how can you judge this? Now, Suranga is out, Suranga is out, and Damit is still there. Damit is still there as a runner for B2 as a batter. Now you will have this little bit of a confusion because there'll be 4 Sri Lankan batters in the middle because B2 batter Ruwan also has a runner in the name of Damit, and also there's a B1 batter who's come in because that has to be the cycle that has to be now fulfilled. So remember, do not be fooled around. There will be 4 Sri Lankans, and of course Bangladesh would have seen such situations. Somebody watching it for the first time should not be confused at all, as Dinesh Madhavanta has come out as a runner for a B1 batter for Saman Kumara.
1 wicket. Will it make the difference for Bangladesh? Heading it down the track. Now suddenly the feet movement is noticeable there. Understandably so after the dismissal of the run out, because the way the Sri Lankan openers are playing, it looked as though they will not be dismissed and put up a sizable first wicket partnership. One minor blemish and a little bit of a problem in terms of cramps, ensuring that the batsman was dismissed. Strikes it hard.
Oh, yeah, struck it hard, but it's directly hit Damit. It's directly hit Damit. Oh, that's unfortunate again. Right. Everything is going on wrong for Sri Lanka after that run out. Ruwan, who's striking it so well, he's hit it directly to his skipper. There. All right, he wanted to escape that. See, on a normal circumstances, if it was only Damit who was doing the running, he would have been standing near the square leg umpire. And because there is a B1 batter now, and there are 2 runners in the middle, he had to stand in a place where the square leg umpire could see the batter move very well and hope it's not a big one. Hope he does not walk back. He should not be walking back because this is a time where Sri Lanka needs to strike back. If they're doing well with the bat.
Was in the danger zone, one can straight away say. And there was no other choice but to stand there. Looks okay. But then the physios will take the final call, whether he should stay there or somebody else should come as a runner.
Good call that he's staying back. That's nice. It's really nice. Strong captain Damit. Damit also had a translator in the toss. Remember, he spoke in Singali. Singali, the official language of Ceylon, Sri Lanka. Yeah, he understood what I actually asked him, but he couldn't reply in English. And then he had a translator there as well, so that's nice. Now he's translating the run chase for Ruwan. Strikes well on that occasion.
Shahid, the fielder. The Sri Lankans now slightly on the back foot after that run out. But nevertheless, they are still in the hunt. They have 9 wickets in hand. The run rate pretty okay, close to 10 runs and over. They require 11 runs and over in order to almost 11 runs per over. They were on track with 10 runs, but now slightly it has come down after the dismissal. But a couple of big hits will bring them back on track. The point is that they have 9 wickets in hand, and that's very crucial for Sri Lanka. They should not lose wickets at regular intervals. Build partnerships.
Yeah, and also right time to build partnerships because it is Sahan Kumar. He's a B1 batter. And close-in fielders will converge in even more closer because Sahan Kumar will only tap and run, get those ones into twos. No, he strikes them hard. Right. He's also gauged. There are close-in fielders at short leg, probably a silly pointish position, but does not get it through after 38 for 1 over of power play left.
"17 overs, the time stipulated for the Sri Lankans to surpass 188 to get to 189. Match evenly poised at this juncture. Can't choose between the two teams, but another wicket here, Bangladesh will be on top.
Yeah, totally, no doubt. And that's why I think Ashik, the captain, has come on. And Sahan Kumar needs to understand that he has to put bat on ball. As Ruwan is going great guns, run a ball, 12 for him. Gets good connection in the gap as well. But Mahmood, always there. Mahmood Rashid, how many runs has he saved in that deep backward square leg position for Bangladesh? Ground fielding, yeah, that's also done well. Now is Sahan Kumar comes on and marking the guard as well with the leg stump guard. And also, we'll have to really make sure. Oh, he's got him! He's got him! He's gone! On that occasion, Sahan Kumar not gauging the line of the ball. And Bangladesh is all happy because it's a B1 batter who's been dismissed. Sahan Kumar does not want to leave the field. He's disappointed, but he'll have to go. He will have to go. Watch it. He was just going all guns blazing, wanting to go across the line. Doesn't pick up the line. Doesn't pick up the line. Oh, disappointing. Disappointing as Sahan Kumar goes back. Right, again now Chandan Dasapriya. He is a B3 batter. Good one for him to come along. He was very good in the field. Chandan Dasapriya again and a left-hander coming in. Sri Lanka suddenly look like they're losing some track. They were on course for this run chase. Suddenly a couple of wickets going down. Last over of power play being productive for Bangladesh. They haven't let most of it go, but yeah, that's a good strike. And well stopped at mid-on. It's a real good stop by Abid Hassan Rabi. He's a B1 fielder, remember. He's done good. He's done really good at mid-on.
Good backup by Salman on the occasion, though he couldn't do much with the ball. Has ensured that the ball will not roll over to the boundary. Saving 3 runs for the team. As Sri Lanka now 40 for 2. Score rate has come down drastically.
Yeah, drastically coming down because of Bangladesh biting it back. 40 for 2 already means you're under a little bit of a pressure. All right, Ashik pulling it back. Pulling it back in the power play, last over of power play as well.
So the run rate has come down drastically. It was around 10.5. Now it's come down to close to 8 runs and over. And they will just get a single. The Sri Lankans now will have to try get a boundary of every over. 5 overs gone, 41 for 2, 8 runs and over. The Bangladesh team has come back pretty strongly into this encounter. And Sri Lankans openers started off with the right earnest, but then a couple of wickets then, and smart piece of fielding in the deep, ensuring that the first wicket was down in the form of a run out, and thereafter Bangladesh body language changed. Spirited Bangladesh attacking Sri Lanka.
B1 bowler now for Bangladesh. That's the first time we are seeing this. See, this is a strategy. Sri Lanka did not do this. They brought the B1 bowler inside the power play, and that gave a lot of time for Ashik and Salman to get the runs. But this is the first time we're watching a B1 bowler from Bangladesh. They brought him after the power play. That is experience.
And at the same time, they picked up 2 wickets. That's the key. Had it been no loss, well, they would have been in a much better position to attack the B1 bowler. But with 2 wickets already down, the Sri Lankans will also have to ensure that the wickets are not given away. And also the bowlers of Bangladesh should ensure that not many wides are sent down.
Yeah, much needed attack now. Can Bangladesh hold it together? That's really important with Tanjir Rahman. Again. He's not getting it right, Rahman. Tanjilur Rahman, he'll have to get his line right. Sri Lanka will enjoy this. But a B1 bowler coming after the power play, yes, as you mentioned, Shankar, yes, they would have wanted him to attack if they could have had wickets in hand. But unfortunate situations, 1 run out, 1 B1 batter dismissed, straight bowled. That's a good shot, and that's a boundary. Really well picked on that occasion. Made sure he places wide of that fielder. It's shot fine. Gets the boundary there. Really well done to attack the B1 bowler. Even they've lost a couple of wickets. Watches, then gets it through Ruwan. There. All for timing and placement. And also a little bit of a power.
So the B1 bowler has his task cut out. Just 1 ball bowled. And the Sri Lankans are on the run now. I've already got a boundary this over. And in all probability, the stipulated of time of 5:30 will definitely, the match will not be over. A couple of injuries on the field also ensuring that it's delayed further. But if a flurry of wickets falls, and if the Sri Lankans will not be able to complete 17 overs, it cannot get over. But easier said than done. The Sri Lankans have got a good batting lineup. The ball in the air for a long time. Falls in no man's land. 1 run.
And also the fielder in the deep. He actually waited for the ball because it will be spinning back towards him. He didn't chase the ball. He knew that it was a sweep. It's a proper sweep. It's been attempted. It spun back towards him. Now, how much of an issue this will be for Rahman, because it's a left-hand batter. Now, when you've had a right-hand batter, we've seen B1 bowlers firing it down outside the off stump of the right-hand batter. Now, it's a new challenge. Oh, he's on target. He is on target. The message is loud and clear by the other players to Rahman that yes, he's a left-hander. We'll have to just keep it in mind and say that you'll have to bowl as if you're bowling down the leg side for the right-hander batter. Now left-hand, right-hand combination. Can that also be an issue for a B1 bowler? Nevertheless, again on target, and I'm happy and I'm loving what Tanjilur Rahman is doing. Is compensated very well with this right-hand, left-hand combination, changing strike every single delivery.
50 comes up for Sri Lanka. And but the scoring rate has drastically come down, trying to make amends in this over of a B1 bowler. It's not happened. They need a flurry of boundaries. Trying to get that one, but not able to find the gaps, looking for the second run. The throw comes in, smart piece of throw. Not a smart collection. There was no need for that throw at all, but fortunately for Bangladesh, did concede an extra run.
Yeah, Rizvi does not collect that. But why didn't they run on the overthrow? Was my question, because it could have been that once again left-hand, right-hand issue. Could have troubled Rahman. Again, tries the reverse, does not get it to 1. Good productive over after 6, 51 for 2. Still 138 runs that's been needed out of 66 deliveries.
So more than 12 runs and over. 66 into 2 is 132. 138 is what is required. 66 legal deliveries are there. So it will be a difficult task for Sri Lanka. It will not be easy to score continuously at 12 runs and over.
Good strike. Down the ground and a boundary. There we go. Mid-off. B1 fielder. Abid Hassan Rabi. That is a good pick by the strong left-hander. Chandan Dasapriya. Watch him down the track. Make some room. And then through that mid-off fielder for a boundary.
And another little bit of blemish on the Bangladeshi captaincy because both ends, B1 bowlers are bowling. So that will give an extra bit of advantage. If you look at one angle, it gives an advantage for the Sri Lankan batsman. At the other, the final few overs will be bowled by B2 and B3. So if it works for you, it's good. Because in this particular over, Abid Hassan Rabi has not been spot on. Whereas on the contrary, the previous over from a B1 bowler was much better.
Yeah, totally. Tanjilur Rahman did a better job. Now, Abid Hassan, he was good with the bat and with the ball. He's been put under the hammer straight away. First ball boundary now. A couple of runs. Is it? No, it's just a single down the ground. Long on, comes across.
During B1 bowling, the Bangladesh team must ensure that the fielding is good. The feet movement of the fielders will have to be spot on, extra pace required, and must not allow the Sri Lankan batters to hit the ball in the gaps. So that's pretty important from the Bangladeshi perspective, because once the allotted 7 overs of B1 is over, and if the run rate scored will be low, the bowling team will be in an advantage. And again here, drying up the boundaries will be the key when a B1 bowler is bowling.
Yeah, totally. But this over, I think they have taken that risk in the first delivery itself. And we've seen, and that's the strategy all around the world, that when you're chasing a formidable par score, you attack the first couple of deliveries of a fresh over. That's what he's done. He's reversed it, found the gap. Chance for 2, but no, they'll be happy with 1. As Ruan also is striking well. And just watch Damit, Shankar, when he is running so much for Ruan's batting. And when Damit comes on to bat, he's a B3 batter. How much of energy that he'll be drained out of?
Well, we have seen centuries coming in blind cricket. So keeping that in mind, I think he will not find any difficulty. And probably he must be a better sprinter in comparison to the other B3 batters in Sri Lanka. And that's the reason why he has come on to give company and at the same time offer his piece of advice for the B1 batter and B2 there, so that that will come in handy for the batters. But nevertheless, the Bangladeshi team have done well. They came back pretty strongly after the first 3 overs, picking up a couple of wickets, ensuring that not many boundaries are conceded in a flurry. And they are on target. Abid Hassan Rabi.
Yeah, also the skipper being there right from the beginning. We've just understood that it's a better strategy. That's a no ball. That's a no ball, and it's a misfield. That'll run away to the boundary. Oh, good stop, is it? We'll have to check that again. Very, very good stop. Doesn't get the ball on the return. No ball as well, and it's a stop. It's a good stop. There, Mohammad Arif Hussain at the third man on that occasion if it's a reverse. Yes, it's a third man position. It's a slight bit of a fumble. Backward point even you can call it, and near the third man pushing it away. Good stop, very good stop. Arif Hussain. Couple of runs saved for his team.
A couple of white dots on the monitor signaled as though the ball has gone to the boundary. Yes, indeed, because finally it's been decided that it's a boundary. So all in all, a welcome boundary for Sri Lanka.
Very much indeed, and in need as well, because after a couple of wickets going down. They wanted that boundary to be coming in to relieve some pressure. That is what has been judged as. It's a boundary. Oh, very wide. Gets a bat onto it. Shouldn't have done that on that occasion. Ruwan. End of the 7th, 63 for 2.
60 balls to go, 126 required. So more than 12 runs and over is what is required now for Sri Lanka to get the better of Bangladesh. So it's pretty important that the Sri Lankans keep the momentum going with boundaries. But on the contrary, Bangladesh should complete the allotted quota of B1 bowlers of 7 overs and then go for the final kill. For that to happen, they try to pick up wickets at regular intervals. Another B1 bowler on your screen.
Yeah, this is Tanjilur Rahman. He's done well. He's done really well because as a B1 bowler, he's a pick of those B1 bowlers. Now, what will the strong left-hander do? Chandan Dasapriya. He strikes well, but he just has to get some room outside off stump. But and also we've seen him go down and make some room if it's not. Just like that, as I said, he does the same thing. Chases the ball and comes back for the second. No! Wrong call for getting the second run, and that is Ruwan who's been dismissed. Ruwan is out because it was Damit. He was running for Ruhan, and I think that energy going down in Damit, because that could have been an easy run that should have been completed.
Pressure, how it takes its toll on you. A simple example on your screens, viewers. There was no need, but the necessity of the pressure building up on the batsman to pick up extra runs, ending the dismissal, resulting in the dismissal of a batsman. And now Sri Lanka in trouble. 64 for 3.
Ground fielding again. So good from Rahman, as Damit is actually not happy with his own performance because Ruwan was striking well. Ruhan gets out. And now the man who did really well with the bat, rather ball and the field as well, Dinesh Madhavanta, now has to serve Sri Lanka with his bat. Needed, still hovering above 11 runs and over. Right, on the field. The Bangladeshis are getting the Okal cord high and dry. That's a wide delivery. We'll have to re-bowl that again. Tanjilur Rahman.
So when the B1 bowler is bowling, the Sri Lankans have lost 2 wickets. So that way the B2, B3 bowlers have the task cut out. They need to dry up the runs. The Sri Lankan batsmen will automatically make mistakes, and that's the drawback of chasing. If you keep losing wickets, you lose your way. On the contrary, during the chasing, if you keep wickets intact, you can always come back into the game.
That's
nicely struck.
That's a good strike. And now it's that sort of a phase in this chase. You really want to get everything out of the middle of the bat, because 123 that's needed of 58 deliveries, almost 13 runs and over, and it will be too much for asking if they don't strike a boundary every over from here on in, and Dinesh Madhavanta is capable of doing it. He will try go after the bowling. And Tanjilur Rahman has done well as a B1 bowler.
Striking it hard. The boundaries will have to be stopped, looking for the second run. But just now, a mistake has been committed, and learning from that mistake, sensibly so. But at the same time, pressure building on Sri Lanka, and they are making mistakes because of the pressure being applied by the Bangladeshi fielding attempts on the field. The ground fielding has been spot on, and at the same time the throws have been aimed properly, but not this time. 4 runs.
Now a left-hander tries a switch, gets it right. He's toying with the field now. What a strike. Once again, it is that strong left-hander we speak about. Is Chandan Dasapriya. Goes for the reverse, gets the gap being pierced towards the deep cover area. Now, speak about pressure on the batters. That's a release at least for this over. Now Tanjilur Rahman, can he put it back? Can he keep the lid on? Still, because it's still hovering around 12.6 runs per over. 118 still needed. Yeah, that'll help. That'll help to keep the lid on. Pressure is still on.
The final ball of the 8th over, which means 9 more overs to go after this. And target is becoming wider and wider. And that reason, reducing the target to a little extent is that wide one. So the B1 bowlers are slowly completing their quota. And that's pretty important. Before the completion of the 10th over, I think the Bangladeshi skipper will ensure that not much pressure is there on them. But they have bowled well. But this has been a good over for Sri Lanka. The second boundary of the over to end.
All courtesy Chandan Dasapriya. 111 is doing it good. There once again moving towards the ball, towards the line of the ball, and then striking straight down the ground at long on. 8 overs, 76 for 3. Remember, 113 more needed of 54 deliveries. They can probably do this if they can keep striking at this rate.
The Sri Lankans now require 113 in the remaining 9 overs. So 54 balls, 113 required, more than 12 runs an over. So 76 for the loss of 3 wickets. If Bangladesh can pick up a wicket at this juncture, Sri Lankans will be in further trouble. Abid Hassan to continue the bowling from the far end. Nicely struck by the batsman, making no mistake there. And Padavanta there. So this is a good time for the Sri Lankan batters to pick up some quick runs, get the boundaries in a flurry.
I like what Dinesh Madhavanta is doing. He's putting Chandan Dasapriya back on strike. That's really a good ploy at this occasion, because you know Chandan Dasapriya is striking well. Put him on strike. Oh, almost strikes, and it goes over the ground. But then again, doesn't connect well down the leg side. .77 and a dot ball to Chandan Dasapriya. Reverses it, again a dot ball, right. Oh, that's a no ball. That's a no ball. Now, was it for the stepping? No, it's not. It's for the pitching as well. So no free hit. No free hit on that occasion. Is he gone? Is he gone? Yes, he has. Stumped. Oh, that's Rizvi Hassan behind the stumps doing a fabulous job. And the dangerous Chandan Dasapriya goes off.
The sound in Navin Chowri's commentary has drastically reduced because his favorite player is gone, because he was hoping that Deshapriya will take his Desha into safety, but that did not happen.
Oh yes, I love left-handers when they do and they strike well. Being a left-hander myself, yes. But yeah, feeling that pressure now, Sri Lanka is losing their way. Because the reason they're losing their way is what? Is because they need a Nelson. Exactly a Nelson. 111 needed.
But at the same time, the B1 bowlers have done the job. They have not given them any sixes to be scored. The boundaries did come sometimes in a flurry, but at the same time, the Sri Lankans must blame themselves for the situation what they are in. They kept losing wickets at regular intervals, made mistakes while running between the wickets, and then going in for an unnecessary shot. Deshapriya was on track. Earlier, he survived a stumping chance, making it inside this crease in time, but again, repeating the mistake, and it was a smart bit of bowling by the B1 bowler on the other.
Both Rahman and Abid Hassan Ravi, they've done well. They've done really well. Both B1 bowlers. And what they have done well also is they haven't given any pace for the batters to work. Yeah, watch this again. On that occasion, those are the boundaries that's come in from the Sri Lankan batters. That's how you need to, that's what you need as a Sri Lankan supporter. More of boundaries, at least a couple every over. It's really will reduce that required run rate. 13 runs per over, exactly 13 runs per over. As Abid Hassan Rabi will continue. He did well with the bat, Shankar, and now he's doing it with the ball as well for Bangladesh.
That was very much required because the two openers who gave a flying start to Bangladesh were not able to pick up wickets in the initial stages, but thereafter the bowling has been good by Bangladesh, and Sri Lankans unnecessarily brought themselves into a situation of unnecessary pressure and paid penalty. There were one stumping and a run out of two important batsmen in their lineup, and that probably tells the story of this match. At this juncture, it's advantage Bangladesh.
Yeah, it is Taridra Lakshana who's come in. Is a B1 batter. Lakshana, B1 batter. Will be really interesting how he fares well, because the bowler who's bowling, Abid Hassan Rabi, did well with the bat. Can he replicate the same thing?
Taridra Lakshana will have to show some Lakshana that Sri Lankans can get the better of this tall Bangladesh score. But being a B1 batsman has to pick up the single. A vociferous appeal. Unanimous. That's the team spirit. Everybody knew there was nothing much in it, but the appeal was simultaneously done by all.
Yeah, because they heard the sound of the pad is hitting the bat of the batter. Again a dot ball. Lakshana is under pressure. Huge appeal. First one going down the leg side, not in line of the stumps. Abid Hassan Rabi, he's a good contributor. Again a huge one, but still straight from the gloves. Straight from the gloves, but look at that for enthusiasm and energy. After 9 overs, 78 for 4. It's getting, as you said, Shankar, wider and wider. 111 of 48.
111 of 48 means almost 13 runs an over. It was around 11.5, it went to 12, now it's touched 13. So, which means a boundary and a 6, or at least a couple of boundaries every over is what is required for Sri Lanka to be in the hunt, and at the same time not lose wickets. At regular intervals, they need to build up a good partnership. Maybe for the 5th wicket, if these two batsmen can take the score crossing the 3-figure mark of 100, then there will be some sort of hope for Sri Lanka. But those runs will have to come in quick time. That's pretty important.
The idea was right. Stuck on the pads, but down the leg side. Yes, the idea, I mean to say, you will have to attack the first 2 deliveries of a new over. That is what he's trying to do, Dinesh Madhavanta. And just come in, faced only 3 deliveries. Oh, he's just going the wrong way. He's going the wrong way of attacking the bowler. Right, what is they appealing for? That's the run out. It's off the boot. It's a run out appeal, and they've got it. They've got it, Bangladesh. Wow, they are so agile on the field. They are like live wires. They've got it.
That's what we have been talking about. Picking up wickets at regular intervals and a voice for us. There you can observe the dismissal. Going it from the bat.
Probably the ball ricochets off the boots. The ball ricocheting off the boots of the batter to the stumps. As Priyant Kumara comes on. Priyant, the regular keeper who had walked off after that ricocheted with Salman's shoulder, has come back to bat. So Priyant is a B3 batter. Nice that he's come out to bat. That was a wicket for Tanzilur Rahman. Oh, Priyant strikes well. He opens his account with the boundary. That's a nice one.
The Sri Lankans must not lose hope, because from the jaws of defeat, we have seen teams getting on to win. And that's how it was pitched wide outside the leg stump and had no problems negotiating it through the fine leg boundary. So the Sri Lankans must believe in themselves. A couple of good overs, 15 plus runs, can always put them back on the hunt. But at this juncture, it's Bangladesh calling the shots in this encounter and look to be well set to play India. And that's smart piece of fielding there. Seeing that the batsman wanting to take a second run, he was pretty confident that he can himself run and wrap up the stumps.
Yeah, that was Mohammad Arif from long on. He came in because he does not want any overthrows on this occasion. As Priyant Kumara, a B3 batter who's come out. Now it is Lakshana. It's B1. Can he convert ones into twos? Can he put bat on bat? He's done it. He's done it. Bat on ball. Run out. Oh, he missed it. He missed it. Right. Collection was nice from Arif Hussain, but he misses the stumps.
It should not turn out to be a costly miss. We'll have to wait and see. Only time will tell, because 7 overs to be bowled after this. And the fielding has been pretty spot on for Bangladesh, but not on this occasion. But nevertheless, they'll have to pick up wickets at regular intervals to ensure that they play India day after tomorrow. And Voiceover's appeal towards the umpire. The enthusiasm is in fact infectious in Bangladeshi ranks.
Totally, totally. After 10, 85 for 5. 7 overs left. That's it. They need 104. And completely under control now with this defending is Bangladesh.
Sri Lanka are 85 for 5. 7 more overs to go. And Sri Lanka needs 104 runs to win this match.
85 for 5. The Bangladesh team had not lost any wicket at this juncture. So that's 5 extra wickets they have lost, and probably the scoring pattern of Bangladesh was much better than Sri Lanka. The umpire watching it deeply, doesn't call it a wide. So it's all happening against Sri Lanka. The Bangladesh team now on the verge of creating a victory situation here. They're bowling well, and particularly Abid Hassan Rabi has been bowling exceedingly well. And being a B1 bowler, an extra credit will have to be given to them, because he has done exceedingly well, not giving anything away to the opposition. And now Sri Lanka in real trouble.
Unless Priyant Kumara decides to do something else. That's 2 runs on the board. As Lakshana had put bat on ball. He's got 2 runs. But Abid Hassan Rabi, what a player. With the bat, he was very, very effective. Now, very instrumental with the ball as well. He's not given away runs.
The Indians will have to watch out for this bowler in the finals if Bangladesh comes, because he's not committing the mistakes what a B1 bowler does. Normally bowl a lot of wides, but Abid Hassan has been spot on right from the word go. Has not conceded anything extra to the opposition, and at the same time, the number of extras conceded by him is bare minimum.
Yeah, 1 minimal was that no ball, yes. Just pitching it over that center line. As I always keep saying, remember, if you're a bowler, You need to feel and watch it as a TT batter, as a table tennis server. Again, straight to fielder. Again, 2 runs on the board for Lakshana.
But that was a risky run. Had the throw been collected neatly by the wicketkeeper and had he whipped off the bails or whipped off the stumps, then the Sri Lankan team would have lost the 6th wicket. But that was not to be. Luck slightly favouring Sri Lanka on that occasion, but they need to do a lot of hard work because they are not even halfway through, but the overs have gone past the halfway mark.
Again a dot ball. They're happy. Rizvi Hassan says, okay, that's what we need. As Priyant, he can strike well. Priyant Kumar, he's shown us what he can do in the first ball that he faced.
No problems at all. No need to fish outside the off stump, wide outside the off stump. And another extra run. 2 more balls to go in this over. And we'll soon have B2, B3 bowlers coming in full flow, attacking the Sri Lankan batsmen.
Shankar, ironically, the B1 bowlers have done well for the Bangladesh bowling attack. Priyant wants a second one. Again, Rizvi Hussain doesn't collect it well. The entire team is not happy. And Rizvi Hussain, he's almost come towards the bowler end. Watch him. He's a keeper. He's come towards the bowler end. And he's helped Abid Hassan Rabi, but does not collect the ball.
That's probably because of extra enthusiasm. The zeal, the energy is there, but at the end of it, the energy will have to be converted into positive energy. And a second chance, second missed chance by the wicketkeeper. It should not prove costly for Bangladesh because they've done all the hard work. They're on track for a good victory. But if these 2 batters can get some quick runs in the next couple of overs, we really have a match on the cards. Another possibility, and this time doesn't make any mistake. Until and unless the Bangladesh fielders know fully well, even if they commit mistakes, the Sri Lankan batters are there to help them by committing themselves in making mistakes. Suicidal.
Yeah, very suicidal. There was no second run. And it was actually Dasapriya who was running for Lakshana. Wanted the second run. There, Lakshana wanted the second run. There it should be Lakshana who's been dismissed. As Saman comes in.
Someone will have to be Thusara, and he'll have to do something because he's a B2 player. So a lot of hard work for him. So a minimum of 2 to 3 boundaries or a boundary and a 6 in every over will do the trick for Sri Lanka. But they have already lost 6 wickets in a heap. Not one good partnership, which could probably chase a big target of 189. And now Bangladesh are in a commanding position in this match to win this.
That's a good shot. Straight. And what a stop. That's a strong one from Mohammad Salman. A deep backward square leg, returns well. But cannot stop the batters from stealing a second one there.
The Sri Lankans trying to fight it out, but they are making mistakes at regular intervals. 2 B2 batsmen in the center will give them a slight advantage, but there's not much time left in this match. You need to score boundaries and sixes if they have to beat the spirited Bangladesh side, which have done exceedingly well on the field. They have been spot on, and again, the wicketkeeper, one of the most active persons on the field, runs from this end to another. And pretty good sight to see, because when a B1 bowler is bowling, you need to back them up. And he comes from the other end and has already effected a good run out.
Yeah, Rizvi Hussain, he's done well. Now, Tanzilur Rahman. Oh, bowls very wide. Bowls very, very wide. 99 now. They still need 94.
Just about 5 overs left after this. So it's going to be, it looks like, until and unless a big cameo comes through in the form of one of these 2 batters, Bangladesh sitting comfortably to wrap up this encounter. There are going to be 33 balls after this, and they require 90 runs. So multiply. So it's been a huge difficult situation for them. Finally, they reach 100 after losing 6 wickets. They require another 89 runs. So whatever they have scored, 10 runs less than this is required. But the time is not even the number of overs what is already there. So 5.3 overs, you need to get 89.
Again, another wide. And it'll take down to 99 now.
They're still looking for that 100th run. And the B1 bowlers have done the job for Bangladesh today. So the Indian team, it looks on all probability that the Bangladesh team will make it to the finals. We'll have to watch out for the B1 bowlers. Smart piece of fielding in the deep and another run out. Another suicidal run out it is. There's no need for the umpire for this. Even from the stands you can say that was another suicidal. The Sri Lankans look to be out of the match. They have given up in their minds, which doesn't make good reading.
Again, the running from Chandan Dasapriya. He was running in for another batter. And you know what, Shankar? That batter hasn't even faced a delivery. Saman Tushara was the B1, rather, yeah, he was a B2 batter, but the runner was being awarded. He does not even face a delivery, goes back now. This is, yeah, as you said, suicidal. Very much.
And that too, you have lost a B2 batter, not a B1 batter, wherein it will be a difficult proposition for him to get the boundaries of sixes. You lose a B2 batter at this juncture is nothing short of real non-smartness. So the Bangladesh team now are on the verge of a famous win.
Unless Captain Damit has something else to offer. He's been running well. He's run all the way through for Ruwan. But now, has he got the power to clear a couple of boundaries?
But it looks like he has come a little late. It's very clearly, because not much time left. You have to score at 14 runs an over. And it's pretty difficult to score at that rate for any batsman right from the word go. And what Sri Lanka will have to do now is to just go for everything and not worry about being all out.
And that's what they will be planning. But at least putting up that fight is so important, like South Africa did against India. And probably make sure that the 88 runs that's needed of 30 deliveries, at least you score something and take back home a story. As Rizvi Hassan once again manages it very well on the field. He's made sure the right men are in the right position. What else can the Sri Lankan batters do? Right, the attack should be coming in from Priyant Kumara because he's striking it well. So the idea is to put out Priyant Kumara on strike. But even then, Shankar, as you mentioned, 30 deliveries, 88, yeah, it looks too far.
So 30 deliveries and 88 runs required. So 5 overs and 89 runs means it's almost about 17.1 run per over. 17 runs an over. I think it looks like all over for Sri Lanka.
And now Bangladesh completely vocal about this one. They can sniff something. As Ashik comes on, captain of Bangladesh. Oh, that's a dot ball for the captain versus captain. Ashik wins one against Damit.
We were talking about this danger for Sri Lanka. The B2, B3 bowlers coming into bowl in tandem in the final 4-5 overs, because they should have taken maximum number of runs from B1 bowlers, but again, smart piece of fielding in the deep. It was a definite boundary. And at the end of it, it looks like the B2 and B3 bowlers of Bangladesh will do it for their team in the final analysis.
And also a run shot on that occasion. In the air, no ball. That's a no ball, and it's in the air. It's gone all the way. That's a first six. That's from the captain. Damit make that 7 on the board. Can there be a still sting in the tail for the Sri Lankan batting? Can they sting the Bangladeshis B2, B3 bowlers? Most required. 6 will do it. Doesn't get under the ball, doesn't get under the ball. I can see Ashik running to the back of the run-up because he wants to cover the over 8 very quickly. Bowled and gone. I think that's the final flower on the lost victory, rather the lost photograph of Sri Lanka. The captain gone. He was the only one who struck a 6 there, Shankar. He misses the line of the ball completely.
He came very late. When you're chasing a stiff target, you should have, after losing 2-3 wickets, you should have come in earlier. And smart piece of bowling. Stick to your basics, you will be awarded. That's what in any sort of a degree, you want to get a degree, stick to your basics. So you want to get a wicket in cricket, stick to your basics. You will be awarded some point or the other, until and unless the batsman is a genius. But that was not to be in case of the skipper of Sri Lanka giving his wicket away. Had to go for that, missing the line of the ball completely, hitting the stumps, and now it's all over for Sri Lanka. And it's going to be India-Bangladesh final, but still too early to say. But as we were talking about in the morning, when South Africa were batting, no astrology is required to predict the winner, and a similar situation has come here.
And also remember, Bangladesh has lost to India in the league game. So they will be eyeing a revenge as well if they go through. It almost looks like they will, as Mohan Raj now comes out to bat. Mohan Raj is a B1 batter.
A rather uphill task for Mohan Raj straight away. One cannot expect him to get and do the job done for Sri Lanka, being helped with his teammates and even the wicket-keeper, the camaraderie there, helping him to adjust his stance.
Again hitting the pads, missing the line of the stumps. And also remember, just get the bat in line of the ball. There will be a couple of runs. Doesn't look like. Ashik. Look at Ashik's brilliance and smartness. He attacks the pads of the B1 batter and finishes his over after 13, 109 for 8.
4 overs to go, 80 runs required, which means the Sri Lankans will have to score at 20 runs per over. So 20 runs per over, says our scorer Ravi.
188 to win, 109 for 8. 24 balls remaining, and Sri Lanka need 80 runs to win this game. With just 2 wickets in hand.
109 on the board. Yeah, 20 runs and over. Even very tough for Priyant Kumar. Wanted to go for the reverse. Smartly takes the bat away. Priyant. Arif has done so well in the field. Comes to bowl as well. Arifullah.
Nice planning by the Bangladeshi team, think tank, after hitting 188 in 17 overs. They used the resources of the B1 bowlers early in the innings because they were able to pick up wickets at regular intervals, and that gave them the luxury of allowing the B1 bowlers to bowl in tandem in the middle overs, and that probably sealed the fate for Sri Lanka because they were not able to get going even when B1 bowlers were bowling. And now, in the final analysis, a combination of B2, B3 bowlers disturbing the rhythm of Sri Lanka and probably moving towards defeat. The Sri Lankans will not be happy with just getting those wides. They need big hits, and you can't expect that from a B1 batter. An uphill task for him.
Very sure, very sure. Let's discuss what's probably a little too early, another dot ball, little too early for the day after tomorrow's game. What do you reckon if Bangladesh, let's stop saying if they're almost through probably, India should watch out for, because they will be confident because they've already beaten Bangladesh once in the league, and in the finals you may never know what's going to happen.
Yes, indeed, every day is not Sunday, so the Indians will be aware of that. The coaching staff, the support staff, the team management are pretty smart enough, and they will probably give a motivational talk to the team members. Don't give it away in the final analysis. You have been brilliant right through. So until and unless the Indians commit mistakes, they will not lose the final. So they should not commit mistakes. But at the same time, if you're aware and you're thinking that I'm going to commit a mistake, you will do and give the trophy to the opposition. So pretty well, Indians should stick to their natural game. They have abundant talent, not worry about the opposition, hit the ball where they need to be hit, pick up wickets when they come on to bowl, and that's precisely a simple formula.
They should stick to basics, is what it means. And also watch out for Ashik and Salman, the Indian bowlers. Just watch out for them. And if that has been sorted, it's all that B1 bowlers who've put the batters under pressure. So somewhere, Venki and Prakash, they would have played these B1 bowlers. On another run out. Suicidal again. Number 9 going down. And that was, I think, a B1 batter who's out.
Yes, indeed. The P1 batter will go. We'll have to wait. Yes, 115 for 9. Or is it the other one? Other one, because he wanted the strike. Nothing wrong at it of taking. But the throw was spot on. And there was a misunderstanding there. And that's been the story of Sri Lanka. You don't understand each other when you bat together. And so, curtains down. And now the question will be, will the Sri Lankans survive the next 3 overs?
Almost in the last verge. We can now sing the closing ceremony out for Sri Lanka as number 11 walks in. He's a B1. He's a B1 batter. And what was wrong with Priyant Kumara? If he wanted the strike, why didn't he run? Why didn't he blaze through? He was stuck in no man's land, stuck in the middle of the wicket, trying to see what just went wrong.
Good toss to lose at the end of the day. The Bangladesh team also said that they would have loved to bowl first. But now they'll say sometimes destiny takes you to the place where you are intending to go, book a place in the finals. And now it's going to be India versus Bangladesh in the final. So it's not been a good ending for Sri Lanka. At least they should have fought tooth and nail, taken the fight to the rivals camp, but it never happened. The beginning was good, but afterwards they kept losing wickets at regular intervals, and thereby suicidal runouts also contributing immensely to their demise. Now K. Usman, the B1 batter, final player.
Yeah, Khalid Usman comes in. What can he do? Can he hold forward? I don't think so. And huge appeal. Stuck on the pads, down the leg side. That's the end of the 14th. 115 for 9 now. 74 needed in 18 deliveries.
3 overs and 74, which means you require almost 25 runs an over. So even if you hit 4s of all balls, still, then only it's possible. So if a couple of dot balls here, a couple of non-boundary balls will signal the end of Sri Lanka. On the contrary, if they can pick up a 25-run over here, then there'll be some amount of interest.
Everything out of contention, probably a no ball now. Somewhere will be going down in the scoring books that Mahmood Rashid comes in. This bowls that one as a no ball. Now that's a dot ball. Bat and ball in the gap. Oh, that's 8 runs. That is 8 runs because it's coming off a B1 batter. Something to cheer about.
Some entertainment, one can say straight away at the end of the day, because from now on, scoring at 25 runs and over. But if a B1 batter scores 12 runs, that's enough.
Yeah, very much, very much. So make it 8 out of 12.
So 3 boundaries and over from a B1 batter will do the trick for Sri Lanka. One has already come.
Slow, and he misses it out. Gone this time, Mohan Raj, and that's the end of it. Bangladesh make it through to the finals. India, Bangladesh in the third edition of this T20 World Cup. And what a celebration, what a victorious moment for Bangladesh. Much needed, much deserving as well, as they are the second finalists meeting India day after tomorrow at KSCA. That's Chinnaswamy Stadium for us. That is the celebrations. Heart goes out for the Sri Lankan team as well, because they played well. They came out, put a fight, actually keeping the Bangladesh down to 188. Even that was an achievement. But Bangladesh winning by 64 runs, that's the celebration you want to see. So it's the Bangladesh Tigers versus the Indian men in blue. What's going to happen? Already Bangladesh have lost to India, remember, in the league game. So somewhere, India will be really confident of the finals. But only watch out for Ashiq and Salman and all the B1 bowlers of Bangladesh. So that's the end of this second semi-finals. A comprehensive victory, a convincing one. And also, just don't forget that this is going to be just the beginning of a big competition that's been lining ahead. That's what Sri Lanka managed. Nothing to be spoken about, as the top scorer was Vasanta. Ruwan Vasanta did well. 23 balls, 24. That's it. Apart from him, nobody put up a score at a total. We wanted somewhere Priyant Kumara to probably come out and bat well, do well. He couldn't get it going. Unfortunate run-outs as well. And all that run-outs costing the match for Sri Lanka. Yeah, the bowling. All the B1s, watch that. Nice to see that the camaraderie is there, even with Bangladesh going through as a victorious team. The second finalists, the second semi-finalist winner and the second finalists in the third edition of the T20 World Cup. Everybody doing well. It all began from Ashiq and Salman's batting. They've done well, they've done really well. After that start, they would have wanted to put out 200 on the board. Nevertheless, 188 on the board. They were happy. Sri Lanka couldn't chase it down. Yeah, this is Bengaluru's production for DD Sports Worldwide. I am Navin Shauri, thanking one and all for being here and watching us live. That's the Bangladesh team, which is all getting ready to go in through the finals. And we'll just slip into that short little break. And after this, we will go to the post-match presentation with Shankar Prakash. I'm Navin Shauri signing off, but do not forget, see you all day after tomorrow for the finals of India and Bangladesh.
Line up. Udah pore na, itu sesura.
Pen kodla. Yes. Bangladesh! Ikkade nilchu.
Why is this end? Officials that end. Why is this end? Officials that end. Please. Hi Matt, how you doing?
Namaste.
Alhamdulillah.
ಅದು ಬರ್ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಲ್ಲ ಶ್ರೀಲಂಕನ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪ್ಟನ್ ಬಾಂಗ್ಲಾದೇಶ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪ್ಟನ್ ಒಂಚೂರು ಬರ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಮ್ಯಾನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಮ್ಯಾಚ್ ಯಾರು ಅದನ್ನು ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ದೆನ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ವಿಲ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ No, they are not interested. They want to know. ಅವ್ರು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ after that will start. Just waiting for that. ಅವರೇನಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಬಟ್ ಬೌಲಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಬಾಸ್ ಕೊಡಿ ಬೇಗ ಅದೇ ಅವರೇ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ just give it fast yeah ಇಲ್ಲ ಅವರಿನ್ನೂ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ
ಅದೇ ಮೊಹಮ್ಮದ್ ಆಶಿಕುರ್ ರೆಹಮಾನ್ ಇವನೇ ಸೇಮ್
ಕ್ಯಾಪ್ಟನ್ ಅವನೇ ಸೊ ಎರಡು ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಒಂದೇ ಸಲ ಮಾತಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಮ್ಯಾನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಮ್ಯಾಚ್ ಸಲ್ಮಾನಿ ಕೊಡಲಿಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿ ಬೇಗ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಸಲ್ಮಾನ್ ಓಕೆ ಸೊ ಅಶ್ವಿಕುರ್ ರೆಹಮಾನ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ ಅಶ್ವಿಕುರ್ ತಾನೆ Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the presentation. We have Mr. Mahantesh GK, the founder, managing trustee, and president of Gabi Samarthanam Trust for the Disabled. Welcome to you, sir. We also have Mr. Venkata Raghavan Ian, the senior general manager, HR and administration, KWE, who has been a great sponsor and great support. Welcome to you, Mr. Venkata Raghavan. We also have with us Mr. Jayadev Datta, the General Manager of Holiday in Bengaluru. We also have Mr. Akash Sharma, Head of Tax, Center of Excellence, ANZ. Welcome to you, Mr. Akash. And of course, how can we forget Mr. Raymond Moxley, the Secretary General of WC. Welcome back, Mr. Moxley. Yeah. And now I would like to call upon the Sri Lankan skipper, Sadhu Rahman, to kindly come over for a chat. Sadhu Rahman. The Sri Lankan captain, or on his behalf somebody else can come. The Sri Lankans are discussing among themselves. Probably they couldn't believe themselves they've lost the semi-finals and that they are still coming into terms, and it takes time. Well, Sri Lanka won the toss and decided to bowl. It looked like a good decision because the Bangladesh skipper also said if he had won the toss, he would have also taken bowling. So what went wrong actually?
Batsman මොනවාද ගියේ වැරදි කියලා අහනවා. කොතනද වැරදුනේ කියලා.
අපි අපි ටාගට් එක හිතාගත්තේ 150කට විතර අවුට් කරගන්න.
Shall I translate? Yeah. So in the half of captain, yeah. So he wanted to. We were targeting around. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah. Actually, we were targeting 150 runs.
ඒක අපිට අවුවත් එක් ක්ලයිමේට් එකත් එක්ක පොඩි මේකක් ෆීල්ඩ් එකේ පොඩි මිස් එකක් වුණා. ඒ හින්දා ලකුණු වැඩියෙන්.
so we had an issue with the climate, and the field is on the when we are basically on the sun. So we had issue with the climate, and from through that, I think we lost the.
Yeah, but the climate, everybody would love to come to a place like Bengaluru, and Sri Lanka, we know, is pretty hot. Bangalore was cold till yesterday. It was only today it was pretty sunny. And do you think the climate has played its part, or you're trying to find reasons?
නෑ මේ අර ඉරේලිය කෙලින්ම මූන්ට නිසා මේ
No, actually,
catch දෙක තුනක්
yeah, actually what happened was the fielding side, the sun rise into the eyes, so they cannot field when it comes to directed to the eyes. So most of the good fielders, we missed a lot of
yeah, that's a good analysis. On the contrary, when you know the sun was there, you could have taken batting.
no climate ඒ කියන්නේ තිබ්බ විදිහම අපි එච්චර දෙයක් බලාපොරොත්තු නැහැ.
So with the climate, we decided to do the fielding first. That's the thing.
Anyway, all the very best, but definitely a lot of homework to be done. But well played, Sri Lanka, and you were strong contenders. So let's give a round of applause for the Sri Lankan team. Thank you very much. Hard-hitting questions there. Hope the Sri Lankans won't mind. And now I would like to call upon the Bangladesh skipper, Ashikur Rahman. रहमान जी, काफी खुश नजर आ रहे हैं आप. जब टॉस आपने हारा, yeah, लेकिन after you lost the toss, you were looking a little bit worried. But now you're smiling.
Yeah, result shows why I am smiling. Obviously, we are in double mind what should do after winning the toss. And the end of the day, it was a good toss to lose, I guess.
Yes, at the end of the day, and when you and Salman opened the batting for Bangladesh, and your bowling was also spot on. So while batting, what was the strategy? To see the early overs away and get some runs in the final analysis, or what was the plan?
Our initial plan was to score as many runs as possible in the power play, and we divided the 17 overs power play 5 overs, then the B1 overs, and capitalized those overs actually. And luckily, we got the momentum and scored some runs.
Yes. At the same time, now, having made your entry into the finals, you lost against India in the earlier league game. How do you fancy your chances against the strong Indian team?
India is the current champion, and they are the powerhouses in blind cricket along with Pakistan. We know about their strengths. So as we have proceeded to the final, anything can happen. We will obviously fancy our chances.
Now, one final question. Before you came to India, did you think that you're going to reach the finals?
Obviously, many things happen in this tournament. One team couldn't participate. That is not in our hands. So I would congratulate my boys that they put hard work, and it showed that, to be honest, we had 3 campings before coming this tournament, and all the boys worked really hard. Our management gave us good facilities, and combine everything. I think this is possible to achieve to go to the finals.
So teamwork. And finally, one thing is what we were discussing in the commentary was that when India were playing, there was a lot of support in the stands. But when Bangladesh was playing, only the dugout made so much of noise, putting all the supporters together. So generally, Bangladesh support is a lot of noise.
There is a proverb that in subcontinent we love cricket, we eat cricket, we sleep cricket, and Bangladesh are very passionate and emotional about cricket. So hopefully, as we are playing against India, the host country, in the finals, more and more audience will come, and there will be a good match. And obviously, they will cheer for India, but noise for Bangladesh also. Yeah.
Yes, they will cheer for Bangladesh also, because Indians love good cricket, and cricket is the right way to put all of us together. And also, you are the man of the match also. So put your hands together for the skipper. I would request Mr. Venkatraghavan, the Senior General Manager, HR and Administration, to kindly give away.
Can I say some words?
Yeah, please.
After taking this?
Yeah, you take it, come back. Yeah. Put your hands together. Not just Bangladesh team, even the Sri Lankans will give a round of applause.
There's also a cash check of 7,500 from Mr. Venkataraghavan Yan. There's been tremendous support from KWE, Holiday Inn, and ANZ. And also on Braille Watch also is going to be given, it's already been given along with this Man of the Match trophy. So congratulations to Ashikur Rahman. He sent a message? Yeah. The Prime Minister of Bangladesh has congratulated the Bangladesh team. So that's what cricket is all about. Yes, you wanted to say something. You want to thank the Prime Minister first?
Obviously, she's the ultimate guardian of our cricket, and okay. Yeah, okay. I would like to many people because this is the mega event. I mean, and many people are behind the curtain who made possible to make this mega event happen, and I would like to thank our management, especially Didar uncle and all the directors of BBCC. Moin sir, yeah, Jai sir, our manager is here, and our coaches, and I would also like to congratulate Mohantas ji, David sir, and Ajay bhai. Our heartfelt gratitude to you because you gave us good facilities and you actually did coaching us. You did coaching us before we went to the New Zealand, so we will remember you, and WBC also because they are with us, and hopefully everybody will support, and your support is required. Thank you for your support.
So thank you very much. Congratulations. Enjoy the moment. We would also like to thank Mr. Paul Mudda of Snehadeep Trust for giving away the Braille watches. So that's all what we have in the presentation. Let's give a round of applause for both Sri Lanka and Bangladesh. And the mementos will be given away before we all leave. I would request Mr. Mahantesh to give away mementos to all the dignitaries. I would request Mr. Venkataraghavan to kindly receive a memento from Mr. Mahantesh. Tremendous amount of support from the Senior General Manager and the entire team of HR and Administration KW. Thank you, Mr. Venkataraghavan. Mr. Jaidev Datta, General Manager Holiday in Bengaluru. Thank you, Mr. Jaidev. Mr. Akash Sharma, Head of Tax Center of Excellence, ANZ. Thank you, Mr. Mahantesh, Dr. Mahantesh, for doing that. So with this, we come to the end of the presentation. So see you all in the finals at the M. Chinnaswamy Stadium, Bengaluru, day after tomorrow. Until then, have a great time. Namaskara. And all of you, please take care.